Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? It's Busby.
And over here is JC No.
Alex!
So come back from Thanksgiving.
Yes, that itis. That's that itis talking, man. We still see. We at the table. My mom put out some of the snacks we had left over and some shit like that. So we had some wheat thins, some chips, and some spinach dip.
Give me a hell yeah!
Yeah,
for real
man.
though.
I don't know. I read somewhere to say the FDA or whatever. Some shit said that you got to eat all your leftovers by the 27th or some shit.
Yeah, it said that's not good because everything always comes back to E. coli. I'm like, bro, I've had leftovers for like 2 weeks and I'm fine.
Man, we gotta, especially if you broke as hell, you gotta fucking.
Oh, you gotta stretch that.
You gotta stretch that shit.
You gotta stretch that shit like liquor.
Man. Anyway.
You ever been at a party where there was more occupants and attendants than the actual liquor?
Yeah.
So you had to combine brains with the homies, like, how we gonna stretch this out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
They should make a documentary of that because just the idea behind that,
like it's wild.
Because there's some wild shit you can use to stretch it out.
For real.
Like that damn, like the commercials with the motor oil on the pancakes and stuff.
Ugh.
Oh, you haven't seen that?
No.
It's the hacks. So you know everything looks perfect with the food in the commercial.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what they do is when it comes to pancakes, they actually put a smaller piece of cardboard in between the flapjacks.
Oh shit.
And then to get that silky smooth looking syrup. Well, syrup soaks in the pancakes, so they won't work. So you got to use motor oil because it doesn't stick to the pancakes.
Oh shit. Well, shit.
There's a whole bunch of hacks. I'll send you the link. I thought you saw that.
No.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of links and shit. Like motherfuckers was using, I think Play-Doh for the ice cream or something like that. It was all right. Like it's just all kinds of random shit.
See, when I eat waffles with my pancakes, I just chop that shit up to clap, and then that's it. And eat that shit with my bacon.
Gotta get that motor oil.
Gotta get that motor oil.
Pennzoil.
Shit.
Pennzoil and pancakes, nigga.
Well, we talked earlier, but I hope everyone listening to this had a great Thanksgiving. You know?
Unless you're Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. Fuck Thanksgiving. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, Thanksgiving's kind of up there with Columbus Day and shit. Pretty fucked up day.
Yeah.
So it was kind of pretty fucked up day for the natives, but you know, we gonna eat.
Oh, that's what it is, man.
I mean, we gonna eat. But how was your Thanksgiving?
I mean, it was cool. Like I said, my family worked. I worked.
Yeah.
So
I worked too, actually.
Yeah,
that time and a half, nigga.
Right. So as soon as I got off of work, I went to Safeway, picked up some ribs. My mom wanted lamb. Picked those up. Nobody had the patience and to put together some good macaroni and cheese. So I was like, I'm not even gonna try it. I'm just gonna pick up some potato salad because it's a good substitute.
Was it like macaroni potato salad?
Nah, it was just
Just regular.
Yeah.
Okay. Macaroni potato salad's kind of fire.
Yeah, no, but see, it was Safeway. I didn't trust the hands that was behind it.
Which Safeway did you go to?
I mean, the one by my place.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, the thing of it is, you know, same texture and hands as Columbus, so they fucked one Thanksgiving up. I don't even do it another one.
Shit, while I was working, my mom had a pretty interesting story about her creation of the traditional macaroni and cheese. Because I remember there was one year, it was years ago, she just decided not to make macaroni and cheese for Thanksgiving, and I remember everyone at the table just side-eyed her.
What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, including my grandma. And, you know, and she felt it. You know, she tried to replace it with some bullshit. But it was. So then when Christmas came around, I looked at her. You gonna make macaroni and cheese? She's like, yeah, I make the macaroni and cheese. Every year I be on her. You gonna make the macaroni and cheese? Yeah, I'm gonna make the macaroni and cheese. You gonna make it? You gonna help me? No.
Hey, yo, Ma. Hey, Ma. You over there, Ma? Let me holler at you for a second, Ma. You got that mac and cheese on deck, Ma?
No, but her story about how she made it, she told me, like, I'll tell this story. So pretty much she said that, you know, she was in the middle of the morning because I had to work early. She was in the middle of the morning, you know, making it. And she just sat down, just chilling, and all of a sudden she heard, like, by the oven, she heard a plop. So I'm thinking, she was like, what the hell? So she goes over there, and this bowl that we've had for years, this little blue bowl, moment of silence for the blue bowl. Fuck that. Yeah. She opened it, and the whole shit just, I guess, exploded. It just like... Yeah. yeah! That Travis Scott. It just split open like a damn pizza and shit like that. It went boom, 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 all split. All the macaroni and cheese was just all over the fucking oven and shit. So she called out my aunt that lives with us and shit, came downstairs, cleaned it all up and shit like that. So then she had to remake it again. So she had to go pick up the turkey because she had someone steam it for her. Mm-hmm. Came back when they remade it. All of a sudden, guess my aunt didn't look at it right or something happened. They both didn't strain it right. All the mac and cheese was all just like mush and shit. Jeez, man. Yeah. So by the time I got home, yeah. So then she had to go to the grocery store and pick up some other mac and cheese and shit. Not mac, but actually like the pasta and all that shit. Put that in there and just made it, and she said it came out perfectly. And I was just like, I came home and she told me that story. And I was just like, whew, well.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's that retrograde, bro.
Yeah.
Three of my friends hit me up saying that their parents didn't make macaroni and cheese this year, and they say, "What the fuck?" And then, as an asshole, I just sent a picture. I snapped them a picture of my macaroni and cheese.
Right.
I mean, it's only right.
Right.
He's like, "You fucking asshole."
See, I wouldn't have had an issue making it had my brother and I properly communicated and coordinated.
Yeah.
Because, of course, he works at one of the grocery stores.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be one of the stores that was like, hey, we're doing family Thanksgiving meals if you want. And, he has his discount, but he also had to work. He actually, I didn't even know he went to work at 6 a.m. He didn't come back home till like 5 p.m. He was there all doday. And then I was, doing my thing.
Your shit, yeah.
So we didn't coordinate because, had that been the case, it would have been that. But it was whatever. Larissa, she went up to her parents' place, and then she came back later at night. We ate. Crashed out. I knocked something off my bucket list, though.
What was that?
Showed up at a wedding with a hoodie on.
You showed up to a wedding with a hoodie on?
Yeah. So,
okay.
This is what happened.
Were you wearing sweats, too?
Yeah.
Nigga.
This is what happened. I completely forgot that my cousin was getting married.
On Thanksgiving?
No, Friday. So
Black
the day
Friday.
after.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I had remembered on Thursday. But I had already locked in my schedule to drive on Friday. So I was like, damn it, okay. I can still make this work. I just probably have to adjust and we'll figure this out.
Yeah.
So then, as the day went around, my final order ended up being by Larissa's.
Oh, okay.
Now, I had thought I had packed my clothes there to get changed.
No.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. So as I pull in and I'm going through, she got me this little, what I call a little kindergarten cubby.
Uh-huh.
The little the 3-drawer.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's taking it back.
So I put all my clothes in there.
Yeah.
I have that, my little... She hates when I say that, by the way.
What?
She's like, it is a man drawer. And I'm like, that's a kindergarten cubby.
It's a man drawer.
No. Yeah, you ain't got to lie to me. I saw that in Billy Madison when he was in first grade. So I hit my mom and I'm like, yo... I don't know if I could go. She's like, what do you mean you don't know if you could go? And I was like, I don't have my clothes here.
What kind of shit is that?
And she's like, you know what? Do you have any clothes on? I'm like, yeah, of course. She goes, I'm on my way. We're just gonna go.
I bet she was pissed.
And she wasn't upset because so that's the thing too. We were dealing back at home. The roof started to leak.
Oh.
So she had already been dealing with that.
Okay.
And everything.
Retrograde.
Right. So then she wasn't upset with me. She was just, it was one of those things where it's like, the devil working overtime. It ain't gonna work. We gonna go. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, now my sweat outfit. So we go in, beautiful reception, or a beautiful ceremony. They jumped right into the reception. In the meantime, of course, the bride and the groom, they take pictures.
Yeah.
So they were actually taking their pictures in public around everybody. We were able to see everything. Uh-huh. And in the midst of it, we were able to say hi. Do all that. And then after a while, my mom had to go study. So she was just like, I'll drop you back off like you're ready to go. Mm-hmm. So I was able to cut in. Nobody questioned me about the outfit. They were just like, you came. We haven't seen you all. We love you. And I was like, love you too. Yes.
Bye.
Grabbed my mimosa from the open bar and dipped out. But shouts out to my cousin Melissa and her new husband Eddie. And of course their baby daughter, who she once again was still in the show by not saying much.
Okay.
You know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good ceremony. And then over the weekend, Larissa and I just kicked out, chilled. But I'll tell you what. I'm glad I wasn't no missionary trying to get into foreign lands.
I read that shit.
Pause.
No, yeah, that's a pause.
What kind of shit is
I read that shit. First off, motherfucker. They tell you it is illegal to go to this spot. It's illegal. Not only that, the villagers say, don't come here.
Don't.
Because if you show up, you dead. But you had the power of Christ, and you were just like, you know what? I got God with me. I'm going to try to convert them. Nigga shows up. Them niggas look at him. He's like, is that white boy coming here? Was he white or Asian?
He's Asian.
In my story, he's white. So
Close enough.
In my story, he's white. Only white people can do this shit.
The indigenous were black, so.
So this boy just comes up there, and he was like, Jesus! Y'all need Jesus.
And they looked
at him and said, well, that wasn't like that. It was like, like drinking it, but it was just
flamed that motherfucker up. Bow and
like over 200.
Bow and arrow.
How many was it?
I read up to 70.
Woo! Stay your ass out.
That nigga got Sonny Corleone.
and what happened after that? They just left him there.
They still haven't retrieved the body.
Yeah, they probably. Well, have you ever seen Green Inferno, the Eli Roth movie? Yeah, that's probably what they did to his ass.
Yeah, so
probably send him back an arm or some shit.
Yeah, John Chow. Well, he was 27. He was trying to mess with the Sentinelese people.
That's what they're called?
Yeah.
That's Steve. It sounds like I don't want to fuck with them.
And see, I did some research because you know, I like to dive in.
Yeah,
to me, that's not fuckery. To
me, I know, that's information.
That's them defending their land, and I'm trying to figure out why are they like that. Well, come to find out, back in the 1800s, there was, I think, this Frenchman that came to the island, and when he came over, he actually kidnapped the king and the queen, and he was taking kids. Well, when his experiments weren't working, he sent them back, but he had already given them diseases.
Oh, so
because their immune system isn't
fucked up.
Yeah, well, it's not fucked up. It's just they can't.
They can't
adapt to it. So as a result, they've been very hostile because.
I mean, can you blame them? They don't blame them white folks.
Exactly.
So I don't care who it is. Don't show up here.
You're exactly right though when you said he's white in my story, because I read that and I was like, even though he was Asian, that is the epitome of white privilege, where you just come over and on someone, hey, 7 men that I don't know. I'm going to give you some bribery money. Take me over to a land where I'm not supposed to be at, because I can make it work.
I can make it work for the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
Hell no.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
No.
And that's all them bold there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And then the crazy thing about it is that there's people that are demanding that there's something be done, and I'm like,
for what? They told
fam, I'm like, something was done. I bet he won't try that shit again, like on that Charlie Murphy shit. I bet he won't do that stupid shit again. Wrong.
Yeah, wrong.
Somebody else gonna come by next year.
Man, like, where was this again?
Well, they're the Sentinelese people. So Sentinel.
Oh, wow.
The two?
So 7 white men. I'm going to say that in my story, there's 7 white men. They arrested him for convincing that boy to go over there in the name of Jesus. Even Jesus would have said, you better, nigga.
Yeah.
I know what you meant, but all right, bro, welcome to heaven, I guess.
How much do you got to feel yourself where you say, I don't care what the laws say, I don't care how dangerous it is?
I'm with the Lord. Yeah. But the Lord tells you, I give you signs.
And the Lord said, I'm on vacation for Thanksgiving.
I give you a whole bunch of signs. I guess. Rest in peace, homie. I guess.
Can you imagine him getting up to heaven? You ain't see me with all those signs saying no.
Like, my nigga, did you see all this? Did you see this? Whatever. But speaking of, did you see this? You see Creed 2?
Of course,
you better.
Yeah.
Black.
Larissa and I went last night.
So before I go, what do you think of it?
Oh, it was good. It was one of the films where you're like, first of all, I was relieved that it was good because the sequel curse and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
But 2's always good.
Well, not necessarily. Some 2's just.
What 2's are trash? Don't say Belly 2. That don't count.
Of course, it don't count.
Yeah, okay, making sure.
The sequel was supposed to be Beast because of Belly of the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that don't count. House Party 2.
You didn't like House Party 2?
In comparison to 1? No.
Yeah, I get you, but it was still entertaining. I kind of like that.
Next Friday was entertaining, but it wasn't enough. Wasn't up to Friday.
You didn't like Next Friday?
No, I'm not saying that I didn't like it. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying in comparison.
Oh, comparing them? Okay.
Like, the drop-offs.
Oh, okay. I'm like bad sequels. We're talking about good sequels. Bad number 2s. Because number 3s, those are the bad ones. Those are the cursed ones. number 3.
Not the Friday franchise. Friday the Next was better than next.
Yeah,
Friday.
but usually the threes, like Back to the Future 3, Terminator 3, fucking. I don't want to count Return of the Jedi because that's part of a bigger story. Same with Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter.
Well, the
and
second
shit.
one was but
what?
The second prequel.
What? Oh,
yeah,
that Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, that was just a lot of talking for no damn reason. Like, bro, get to the damn point.
There was no point. Just show off Anakin. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, Creed 2. I really did enjoy it. It was a really great sequel, and honestly, it wrapped up the whole Rocky story, just the Rocky story, in a one big bow. One big ass bow. It was everything came full circle. I mean, should we say spoilers? I guess yes, spoilers. Everything about it was dope, and they kind of used like everything from 2, 3, and 4,
right,
for certain parts of the story, like how he got his ass whooped, and 3 after they told him don't take this match, and oh boy, Draco Jr. beat the shit out of him on some Brock Lesnar shit.
He whooped his ass. But I mean, that just goes to show that anytime you jump into a situation and you let emotions over logic and a game plan go into effect,
but still,
that's what happens.
Well, how his daddy died in Rocky 4. I laugh at that.
I get it. Oh yeah.
Oh my God! You come to the ring. No. Before that, his entrance with James Brown playing.
Yeah.
That whole shit, and Draco's looking around like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
I'm gonna kill this nigga.
And then beats the shit out of him. Just every punch. Someone throw in the damn tower. If he dies, he dies.
Boom.
And Rocky is grabbing the tower like, oh.
He just has that stupid deer in the head like, look, just
Adrian, don't doubt, Adrian. And yeah, you died, and then he just died, and I was just like, it's not his fault. I mean, Draco just did what he had to do. He didn't stop the fight.
Yeah, that's your fault.
That's your fault. I'm gonna beat your ass too. It would make sense if fucking Pity the Fool. What's his name? I Pity the Fool.
Mr. T.
Mr. T killed him. It would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Because he would have talked shit after. Draco was just like, well, shit.
I probably would have set us back a while though, black on black crime. And,
yeah. But it was in the 70s. They were still low-key racist.
But he's a black man. He would have gone away from murder. He wouldn't have been talking that long. I'm just saying, like, the rules are different.
I know, but it was just, I was still like watching that, and I was like, damn, so he beat the shit. Oh, so back to the Creed 2. Yeah, Draco Jr. beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he put them paws on him. But see, the thing of it was Larissa and I, I'm watching it from knowing the background of filmmaking.
Yeah.
But it was funny because even she goes, they're fighting way too early in this movie, and I was like, because they're gonna fight again. And I was like,
even I figured that part out.
Right,
like, you're too emotional, and even Rocky was like, yeah, you shouldn't do it.
You shouldn't do it. I can't stand by your side anymore. I lost your father. I lost Adrian that way. I'm not gonna do it that way.
That was good. I'm not gonna be joining like, nah, fuck that shit, bro. Nah.
When he said nah, bruh, and I was like, yep, there it is.
Yeah, it's that Oakland. It was Oakland. Bruh. Like, he ain't have my back. And then when I'm sorry, I kind of chuckled when he's in the hospital. Oh, no, you have my back.
No, you have my back. So, yeah, because you ain't got it yourself.
That was like unintentional comedy. That reminds me of Friday Night Lights when Booby got his ass, his ankle, and he's all like, I remember in football, we used to make fun of that shit a lot. You gonna ruin my football career? I just want to play football. I want to play Draco. You don't have to decide.
This granddaddy looking like Al Green and shit.
Oh shit, get off the point. But Creed 2, yeah, then he came back and the montage was cool. I still feel the Meek Mill shit in the first one was the better one. But
yeah, my only gripe, and it wasn't even a big gripe, it was just there weren't a lot of the curated Mike Will soundtrack songs that made the cut in it.
Yeah. They got the original soundtrack. Right,
because I was waiting for Fight and Weekend Hit to just pop off because those would have been perfect. But
yeah,
overall, hell, like, the reason why I brought up the sequels was because I wasn't expecting this to be on the same level as the first Creed. But to me, it was.
But same with Rocky. Rocky 2 was on the same level as the first Rocky.
Well, I mean, because the story would kind of be recycled.
Yeah.
I was happy that they didn't focus on it being this redemption is like I have to redeem myself for my father. It was more so about his own journey.
Yeah, to
just
redeem himself after he got his ass whooped.
Right.
And then he knocked up Tessa Thompson and all that shit. He got his mojo back. Rocky takes him to the fucking desert to fucking train. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I guess.
I like that Felicia Reed had more of a
role in
this for sure.
Even I was watching, I was just like, damn, you still look the same. That's crazy. Years later, and I can't even watch the Cosby Show no more because of that nigga. Fuck.
Can you imagine at your wedding, you had Ahmad Rashad was your husband, and his best man with Bill Cosby and O.J. Simpson?
Wild, right? Wild.
Like, you just looking through pictures, just like...
Wild, bro. That was wild.
Yeah.
And but I think the most part, I guess spoilers again, I guess honk the horn.
Give me a hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Was the part in the last part of the fight when... What's his name? Adonis. Adonis. I just realized that.
Yeah.
His name was Adonis. He started.
I was like, yeah, your father ain't wasn't around either. Don't feel bad, G.
Yeah, and
both their daddies got knocked the fuck out.
Both their daddies got knocked literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
But the part when he kind of got his mojo back and he was beating Draco Jr.'s ass and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then Draco just gets on it and I was like, is he going to throw the towel? And then he threw the towel and the towel landed right in front of Rocky. I don't give a fuck. I got misty-eyed. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that message.
Yeah. Marissa was bawling her eyes out the whole last 10 or 15 minutes or so, however long it took. And I was just watching and I was like, well done.
Well done.
Very good. I like that.
I sound like, what's his name? I like that. Who says that? I like that.
I like that.
Did he?
No. Take that.
No, he just take that. I like that. Oh, Khaled. He says that shit.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So and after that, like, and when he was at the tombstone and he was at the gravesite and all the other stuff, and then when Rocky met his son again, I was like, oh wow.
He finally met his grandson.
So then at that point, I was just like, you don't even need to do a Creed 3. Everything just wrapped up. Everything. Like,
They're gonna do it though.
Yeah, of course.
You gotta see the death of Rocky.
Do you? Do we really need to see the death of him?
Because honestly, at this point now, Creed, this franchise, I wasn't expecting this franchise to be able to stand on its own.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're gonna do 4 or 5.
Nah, if they do the third one, it has to be it. It has to be it.
I mean, logically, but
but
I can see 2 more after that. But the third one, they're gonna have to. It's either gonna be the third or the fourth one because the last one is going to be life without Rocky.
I mean, they could do life without Rocky in the third one. He could die in the middle of the damn movie. He could die in the beginning.
Yeah, but I'm just.
Yeah, I know. Logically, we're thinking too logically.
Yeah.
I know. Thinking too how you could stretch it out for another year or whatever. But nah, the third. If they do a third one, what can he do? Who can he go against? Like, I'm just saying, like, everything made sense in the first one. Everything made sense in the second one.
Get Floyd Mayweather. He's probably looking for another check.
And then he'll still beat Apollo.
Yeah.
And in the contract, he'll just duck and dodge everything. Him and Apollo just be ducking and dodging everything.
Adonis.
Apollo. I keep calling. It's the same stuff. It's Apollo. I was expecting Apollo Creed to show up on some Jedi shit.
They had a scene with him, but it didn't fit the flow of the movie.
Hey, hell no, it wouldn't have. It was like, why?
No, honestly, it would have. That moment when he was in the hospital bed, and he remember the lights were going in and out of his eyes.
Yeah, he would just been looking at him.
Yeah, I felt like that could have been something where they could have CGI'd that.
Yeah, CGI'd him because they can do that now.
Mm-hmm.
It could have worked, but then it kind of would have took it away.
Right.
It really took it away.
That's what I'm saying. The beauty of it was this was Adonis' story. It wasn't them continuing.
Yeah. Because in the essence, it's still a Rocky story too.
Right. Yeah.
Like, in a way, this is kind of, if we want to take it, this is like Rocky 6, maybe?
I think it's 7 or 8 now.
Because, it ended on Rocky 5 or 6. Ended on Rocky Balboa. That was, there was Rocky 1, 2, 3, then 4, and then there was 5.
Then they do a 6-1 like 2002.
6-1 with Rocky Balboa, that was what it was called. And then I guess you could say 7 is Creed, and 8 is Creed 2.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm telling you, they're going to stretch that.
To 10, to 2 more. So imagine the fucking Blu-ray edition of all those, the Rocky saga, the Rocky Creed saga. Because, damn.
They got that in the works already. I can tell you that much right now.
They have to have that in the works.
They got that running.
Mm-hmm. But after that, after that, I also saw Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Did you?
Oh, that was great. Disney, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it, bro. Like, for how many years now? Like 2 decades?
Decades. Going on. Well, they started doing all those in the 90s?
What, Wreck-It? Oh,
I'm saying
the
just
movies?
the kids' movies. Or was it
about the 50s, man. It was Snow White and all that.
Yeah, so we're talking about 2 decades.
Oh, 3 decades. Just all
around.
Just
Pixar.
Not just Pixar. Just all Disney all around. Disney. Just Disney. Just I'm like, I've been watching you since I was kids, and you guys are still pushing movies that nearly could drive me like to tears almost. Because there was a message. It was like I was expecting Keenan Ivory Wayans just to show up and go message, because you're going through the internet and shit. Because now Record's going, like Ralph is going through the internet, and his girl's Glitch, which is voiced by Sarah Silverman. You know, they were like trying to figure shit out, and it was about friendship and just it was a whole bunch of symbolism. Shit got real in the movie too. They took it to a whole nother level.
Right.
Motherfucker he had to go viral to go make money, and they got to the point where he broke into a room and he started reading the comments.
Message.
And Taraji P. Henson was in it too.
Nice.
You know, I was like, oh shit, message.
You know which one I want to go see? Side note, I want to see Vice.
Vice.
That's the one with Christian Bale as
Cheney?
Yes.
Oh, he's trying to get that Oscar. Batman trying to get that Oscar again.
They said he had to put on 45 pounds. I didn't even recognize him when I saw the trailer.
Oh, I thought that was somebody else.
Yeah,
I was like,
45 pounds to get that role, and then
yeah, he's a method actor to the extreme.
Yeah, and then they got the scene I'm ready for.
What scene?
When he shoots old boy in the face
by accident.
Yeah.
Whoops. Cheney was gangster. Cheney was the real mastermind behind all that shit. Yeah. He was the real mastermind. Oh, yeah. You know, Bush Jr. hated that nigga. Well, that's still kind of cool to this day. But yeah, but Wreck-It Ralph 2, Creed 2, those were 2 sequels that need a round of applause.
For sure.
That's it.
For sure.
Oh man, that was great movies. Great. Oh,
but to piggyback off of Disney,
nigga,
they're not done.
Serena, Beyonce, and Donald Glover. Or just Beyonce, because at this point, the Beehive just sees Beyonce. That's all they saw. They don't care.
Nala wasn't even in the trailer, though.
They just, I don't know if you saw the cover, like the Photoshop of the sun coming up and you saw a silhouette of Beyonce.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not about Beyonce.
Nah, this is the one film where I'm like, yo, Beyonce's there, that's cool. James Earl Woods alone.
The fact that they got James Earl Jones lived long enough. Yeah. James Earl Jones lived long enough to revoice Darth Vader and Mufasa.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Mufasa die again, bruh.
That's gonna be rough because it's now CGI.
Oh, man. We're gonna see blood and shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know. That was more emotional than the cartoon. I couldn't believe he did that shit. I mean, I knew he was gonna die, but he's like, brother, help me. And Jeremy, what's his name? Jeremy Irons just goes, long live the king. Let that nigga go. And Jonathan Taylor Thomas, no!
Every time I see parents showing their kids' reactions on the internet, I just look at it and I go, yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to the rest of your life. This is how life works. Nothing you expected is gonna go your way.
Which one's this?
Long live the pain.
Is this it?
What is it?
The Vincent Price. Oh, damn, you evil, bro. Nah, but the trailer for the live action Lion King came out on Thanksgiving, and it was the same guy who did what's it called, Jungle Book. I forgot his name, man, because he was in Iron Man and all that shit.
Right.
But boy, they recreated that whole Circle of Life shit. I'm like,
yeah. Oh. And that was just the teaser trailer.
That was just the teaser trailer. Disney, man, did you see the layout they got for next year, man? They got Aladdin. They got Lion King. They got Marvel movies. They got Toy Story 4 coming. They got hella other movies.
This is all before July, too. Or I'm saying before August, because all this is leading up. Lion King is coming out in July.
Yes.
That's pretty much the summer movie. Because everything else leading up to it is before.
And then you got Avengers 4. That's the summer movie. And then in December you got Star Wars.
How you gonna release Avengers 4? And that ain't even the most anticipated movie that folks is ready to see.
It is the most anticipated.
No, it's not
for superhero people. Yeah,
no, it's not. Yeah. Lion King has officially become the most anticipated film.
And Aladdin.
I wouldn't even say that, bro. Lion King is a staple.
Yeah,
as much as I wouldn't even say.
Well, I
have a love-hate relationship with Aladdin.
Why love-hate? Like the cartoon?
Just the story in general.
Okay.
Just,
Cartoon's a fucking classic, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
but now I'm saying that Will Smith, they didn't even show Will Smith as Genie, and that's the only one I'm kind of, because after I saw the teaser trailer for Aladdin, I went back and I was like, okay, let me watch the Aladdin again, and I watched Robin Williams, and I was just like, damn, this is gonna be hard, because Will Smith has a big shoes to fill, dude. Whenever you get,
I've read some because they've shown some screenings.
Yeah, for Aladdin.
Yeah,
of course.
Everybody said if there was only one person that could do it, Will Smith was the one.
Dude, you should watch the outtakes that Robin Williams did, like the shit they didn't do. Oh my god, that nigga was hilarious when they did the boxing shit and he started talking like what's his name? I forgot who he's talking like. He was talking about who's the dude who does the grills?
Yeah, George Foreman.
George Foreman, he's all talking like him and shit like that. Oh my god, I was rolling because he was just improvising this shit.
Right.
Robin Williams, man. But man, I if Will Smith is the only person who can do this, so shit.
He's getting another bag next summer, I believe, too. He's getting back in his animation game.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit. Yeah, I saw the trailer for that.
Yeah.
What's his name? Tom Holland's gonna be in it too.
Right.
When he plays a bird, he's like a secret agent that turns into a bird.
Right.
But Lion King,
in the first 24 hours, that trailer generated 224.6 million views.
That's like the highest trailer in Disney YouTube history.
I did the math on that. That's just under 10 million per hour.
Because Lion King is such a it's the fucking Lion King.
Yeah.
I remember someone said that the movie Aladdin was better than the movie Lion King, and I was like, And I was like, I can't argue that because everyone's different when it comes to Aladdin.
Shut your mouth. Nope.
Aladdin and Lion King. No, I'm not gonna agree because I feel Lion King is better, but I can understand why people like Aladdin. I can understand why some people like Aladdin a little more. I get you.
Nope.
No.
I understand both were on the motherland, but nope.
They got James Earl Jones, and then what's her name is gonna play his wife. Another black chick. I won't say Viola Davis. It's somebody else. Someone else.
No, really... it's Alfred.
Yes.
Wooden.
Yeah, she's gonna play the wife.
Yeah, they got everybody in that joint
except for Jeremy Irons. Man, he should have played Scar
because they got Chiwe.
Yeah, I know, and I know he's gonna be good, but it's like I grew up listening. If you're gonna get Mufasa back, you gotta get Jeremy Irons to play Scar again, man. Be prepared.
He gotta go in his bag, and he gotta physically and emotionally go back to when he was the man in 12 Years a Slave, just to go through all that aggression. That's how we get the Scar. That was, the Joker in the Dark Knight. Yeah. That's how we get Scar in the live action Lion King.
I get it. But that movie's gonna be fire. And they said they got according to what I read, they're only gonna get 4 songs from the original soundtrack into the movie. Yeah. But another interesting note, when I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast this past Saturday, Joe and them started getting into a conversation, and they were going like, oh yeah, they started talking about Party Next Door.
Off of Rihanna, because they were just talking about writers in general, because really it trickled down from The Dream.
Yeah. And then they started saying like, oh, Party Next Door has been. He's like, well, he said that someone had a hot take on Party Next Door, but then it got quiet. Like, yeah, we can't really talk about it right now. And then Rory goes and says, yeah, did you see that Lion King trailer? Yeah. That's all he said. And I was just like, yeah. He's like, when that shit comes out. Like, Joe just alluded that when that shit comes out, boy, he didn't say what the big album is. But he said, if you got to do that, you got to practically be dead if you want to work on it. Mm-hmm. So if I could be conspiracy Buzzbeat and I could put the dots together, it could be 1 or 2 people. It could be Rihanna, of course, Rihanna. But I still stuck on when Rory said, have you seen the Lion King trailer? My best guess, this is what I think, is that Beyonce is going to do the Lion King soundtrack. That's my educated guess that Beyonce is going to do, how Hope did American Gangster.
And it makes sense in this day and age now. Kendrick did Black Panther. Mike Will just did Creed. The artists are starting to curate and be in control.
Beyonce curating a Lion King soundtrack. Nigga?
That's initially why I was saying the Rose for You. I wasn't necessarily buying. I was like, that might be a throw off. Something to just... Yeah, everybody's paying attention to this, but
she's gonna come with another. She's gonna come with the left. It's like, and I was like, so if I could put it together, Party Next Door is helping Beyonce write the Lion King sound. Oh, nigga, if that happens, whoo, that's gonna. Man, Donald Glover and Beyonce singing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight"?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't want to hear Drake on that, though. Keep him away from that soundtrack. I don't want to hear him nowhere. No, someone you remix or nothing like that.
Someone Circle of Life, man. Get it right, man. Come on.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying what he would possibly do.
Yeah.
Someone you fuck these niggas. I want to hear that.
I wonder if Elton John's gonna probably be a part of that. The Lion King soundtrack is fire, like the original one, where because Elton John did curate the soundtrack. Dude, that would be fire. That would be fire.
Yeah.
But until then, that's just our educated guesses about what they could have meant for that. People were saying, no, it's clearly Rihanna, and I was just like, nah.
It's up in the air.
It's up in the air, man.
Don't know.
But can you imagine the bag that Party Next Door would get if that's true?
Yeah. Really, like seriously. I mean, again, I've really had to reevaluate my thought process on how I talked about him these past few years and realize I'm not actually going. I have to apologize. That wasn't on you.
Oh, Aubrey gonna be ain't big mad.
It wasn't on you.
Oh, Aubrey gonna be big mad that he working on that.
Yeah.
But hey, man, that's just all right. We're not. It could be something else completely. He could be working for Rihanna. But my educated guess, that's the Lion King soundtrack curated by Beyonce. That's why she didn't really give a fuck about Everything Is Love, even though it is still fire. But man. Oh, Disney, you motherfuckers. You won't shut them beehives up for nothing. If that come out, they ain't gonna shut them up for nothing. Yeah, so 6ix9ine. I don't know how to fucking subway out of that, but 6ix9ine. Are you gonna be free?
I don't even know which one to do.
It could be any one.
I mean, just
yeah.
I don't even want to laugh at it because to me it's like
it's not even laughing. That's the devil laughing at you. That's the devil laughing at you, 6ix9ine.
I mean, every time I've seen literally, there's been a new report every single day since the major report came out. And every single report, I'm just like, and then they come another one, I'm like, and then they come to a double back, and I'm like, ugh. And then there's just something else, and I'm like, ugh. And then the old manager talking, I'm like, ugh.
I don't know what to say. I don't know where to start, but I'll start. I went viral again.
Yeah.
Hey, that deserves just the fuck of it. Yeah, so I saw this video. I remember distinctly where I saw it. Fat Joe did an interview with 6ix9ine back on this podcast. Title. It was months ago. I think somewhere around February or
that's the beginning of the year.
Yeah. And I remember watching it because he tried talking to 6ix9ine. He tried to talk some sense into him. And he pretty much said, like, the road you're going down right now, it's going to fuck you up. Like, the cops did the same stuff to me, and they're going to do it to you. So do you want to be successful? And I was just like, well, damn. So I posted it. I think I posted it right before you guys showed up. Mm-hmm. And I put it down. I put my phone down, and I put it on silent, damn near. And all of a sudden, I had over like 15,000 retweets, and I'm like, oh. And the video had like a million and something views, and I was like, oh, and it keep going. It's still going to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, that's the universe talking, because it wasn't just me. It wasn't just Fat Joe. It wasn't just Charlemagne talking to him. It wasn't
just Joe Budden.
It was everybody. Yeah. The whole universe. God sent 6ix9ine so many angels to warn you to get away from these demons before the devil consumes your soul.
You know what it reminded me of, honestly? Remind me of the Crossroads video. Or was the Crossroads or was it Waterfalls? It's probably Waterfalls when the kid wants to be a thug and the mom's trying to stop him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just reminded me of that. Like somebody was trying to grab him and he just kept going. And then after a while,
yeah, I went back and re-listened to the episode when Triple X died. I went back and re-listened to that, and I literally just said something gonna happen to that boy. I don't know if he's gonna get shot. I don't know if he's gonna get killed or get arrested and go to jail. Something gonna happen to him, man. Again, I was right, and I didn't want to be right. I'm not celebrating it at all, because it's just like people say, "Oh, I feel bad for him," and they're getting mad at TMZ for reporting and laughing. I'm like, no, he deserved all this. I don't feel bad for him at all.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't feel bad for him, but I'm not laughing at it either.
Oh, me neither.
It's just one of those things where it's just like, I think my boy Jason said it best, and it was like, well, he can officially say the word nigga now because
he in jail now.
He's getting treated like one, so go ahead. Like you went to bat for all this, you didn't take heed of all these warnings, and now you're getting treated as if you want to get treated by the namesake. So by all means, go ahead.
Go ahead. You want to be a thug, bro.
Right.
You a thug now.
We left off last week like, oh, he's doing Fed time. Then the week came through and it's like, no, he's doing federal time.
We have to say it now. Oh, we doing fed time. No. You doing
bruh.
Federal.
$1.7 million bail was denied. So he's in general population. Yeah. And then Complex released a 17-page.
The whole timeline of everything that happened just from this year.
Just from this year, back in February is when it started.
Everything, I mean, they kind of started in 13, 14 with the whole...
Right, but in terms of...
all the fuckery?
Yeah.
It all happened this year.
It was just February.
It was some Bo Jackson of fuckery.
Right, and then you had TMZ... had a video when he was going at it with Tato, who of course is Chief Keef's cousin.
Yeah.
And then as he's going at it, he ends the phone call and he blatantly says right then and there, "I got 30 racks on this nigga."
I said I got 30 packs for this nigga right now. 30 packs on camera. He said it. I'm like,
and wasn't that a video that Academics posted?
Oh no, I'm gonna get to that because I wrote down some of the notes. So
right. But see, the thing of it is I'm going back to the actual rap sheet, which was like 15 to 17 pages. And all I'm seeing in the rap sheet is social media. And I'm like, bruh.
He that's how he got his. I'm
thinking that, but once again, Aaron Magruder is a prophet.
Some gangsta-licious shit. This is like if Riley decided
play for the jury and the
jury and a penny and a dirty.
Gangsta-licious, rhymes too vicious. Eat whack MCs for lunch, delicious. Smack up your moms like I smack Jenny Guinness.
Play for the jury.
Hit him with the shot to the Hennessy.
Block. That's how Bobby Shmurda got caught up with Hot Nigga.
Yeah, he threw that hat up, and we ain't seen that hat since.
It's still floating.
Yeah. I don't think it's coming down.
I think Bobby Shmurda gonna get out before 6ix9ine do.
Oh, easy.
Now this
is due out
September. I'm gonna get to that. Well, you see, I'm gonna get to that. Anyway, so I went back and I did some notes down pretty much, and federal agents from Homeland Security warned 6ix9ine the day after his Breakfast Club interview that they wiretapped his former management / homies. That they were gonna really openly violate him for what he said on the Breakfast Club. They said, "We will protect you." This is before he got arrested. They said, "Yeah, we'll protect you because they're coming after you." And he refused. So then that's when they came in and arrested him.
Openly violate to me means they're looking for a closed casket.
Yes.
That's what openly violate to me.
Mm-hmm. And then I kept reading that Complex article and continues. And what that robbery they have, that armed robbery that they have him on camera with a hoodie on, with his manager, J.I.D. He's the factor in here. J.I.D was the accomplice. She was the mastermind, in my opinion, about all this shit. It was in the Manhattan Square in the sunlight with the sun up.
What kind of shit is that?
And then what made it even funnier, and you know who the person was? It was a oh my god, it was a Rap-A-Lot affiliate.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, it was allegedly a Rap-A-Lot affiliate that he was doing this to.
Bad.
Oh yeah, you know who?
I have a conspiracy theory now.
Oh no, I'm gonna get what's your
it has nothing to do with this. I might die for this.
Hey, be careful.
Yeah, be careful. I have a conspiracy theory that Drake engaged in the battle with Push to draw attention away, and that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Oh, you tell me out the air.
That's just a wild theory I'm just throwing out there. Okay. I don't have any evidence or whatever, but something like that, when you're going after a Rap-A-Lot affiliate.
Yeah, he was talking hella shit. Something
eventually is like,
he was talking hella shit.
Right, and it's one of those things where I'm a firm believer where sometimes jail can save somebody's life. Oh, and I feel like jail saved everybody's life. Yeah,
and not only that, like 6ix9ine filmed it. They said he allegedly filmed it and sent it to Academics, and Academics posted it. How we know that Academics posted it, because if you look at the video, Academics' tag is right on the screen.
Yeah, and then he also went and posted. 6ix9ine is very fearful that his lives are in danger. And then the first pic from the damn video is of him with his family, so that way you can see all their faces.
He posted that?
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, is he that dumb? Is he that dense? Is he really that dense?
Who needs enemies when you have friends like that?
Hell no!
He posted that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you fucking dumbass act. Man. And then, so then that the video came out, and the part that really got me the most is I was looking at J.I.D, his manager, again, Treyway, J.I.D, and he was encouraging the shit.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, say that. I'm like, you really were encouraging this nigga. You were the problem. Like, wow. And then hearing more history about it, he was always getting locked up. He was always in shit. I watched the interview with him that he did with Rap Radar, like, actually 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. And he was talking all educated, like, yeah, we like the modern day death row. You don't say. Yeah. If you want to be death row, then you got to be death row now. Stupid. Yeah, he said stupid.
Right.
And
so then over the duration of the week, of course he was in general population.
So then on Thanksgiving, that's when the report came out. The Thanksgiving morning, TMZ reports that, well, first it was Hip Hop and More reported that he got released from jail. And everybody was like, oh, what? And early in the morning, at 3 a.m. And then TMZ goes and clarifies it. Oh, wow. They go and clarify this shit. And pretty much they transferred him to a new prison that is notorious for holding inmates that are snitching.
Yep.
That's pretty much what it said. And I was like, the only thing that came in my head was, I'm sorry, nigga. I'm trying to come home.
Yep. Yeah.
That's pretty much all I heard. That's all I heard from it. And what made it even more crazier is that he pled not guilty.
And this was just today.
This just came out today as we're recording. He pled not guilty, and his manager, Shoddy, he goes in court and tells the judge, I kid you not, and I quote, he said, we don't fold, we don't bend, we don't break. It's Treyway.
Hell no! Trash.
It would have been great though.
What?
If he did that in the Suge night at the Source Awards 95 cadence. Hey, any artists out there that don't want to break, don't want to fold, come to the judge and say, we Treyway.
Welcome to Death Row.
Yeah, literally, welcome to Death Row.
Welcome to Death Row. And his album was supposed to come out on Friday. The label said, no.
That was supposed to come out then. And then in reports today, of course, he pleads not guilty. Well, the trial's not going to be starting until September 4th of next year.
Yeah, so he's...
And again, they've already denied his bond, bail,
and they froze his account.
His account, and they froze his mother's account.
Yeah, so it just take this as a lesson, people. Take it as a lesson. Like these kids, like, this is not a game, bro.
And the wild thing was there were people on social media who were asking, at this point it looks over. There were still people saying, no, it's not over. He's gonna break through. And I'm like, this isn't a game. This is feds. This is Homeland. Like, this isn't for show.
This is not a game. It dead ass.
If they want you, they will get you.
Period. Like, it's bad. It's really, really bad for you. So.
And then it's just like, so you got that, and then initially his lawyers sounded like an idiot. Like, his lawyers just sounded
what did his lawyers... Oh.
Well, no, this was the first... He just sounded like he just didn't understand the practice of law. He's saying, well, I don't know why they have him in the cell anyways. You can clearly see he's nowhere involved with any of these crimes in the vicinity. And I'm like, fam, I am nowhere near a lawyer passing the bar or anything. But I've seen enough organized crime documentaries
and Law and Order
and films and Law and Order to understand there's a reason why they throw a RICO case at you. It's when they can't get you physically being there, they can rap you for being involved and having the knowledge to conspire in these different cases.
Bong bong.
Yeah. So for that lawyer didn't know, that's your wake up call. Like, they can catch him that way.
Period. And it's he's done. Like, right now, you in witness protection now. Like, all them tattoos, that shit's gonna come off. Like, all that rainbow color. Like, you're no longer Tekashi 6ix9ine. You are Daniel Hernandez. That's his real name. Daniel Hernandez. Yeah, you're done. You're done.
I mean, just... I don't know what more is to be said.
Yeah. His album did come out, though. Kind of.
That was the wild thing about that. The website had it on sale for $6.99.
His own
yesterday.
website?
Yeah, his website.
Oh, yeah. That's what I heard about.
Last night or early this morning. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure when the Fed saw that, they was like, nah.
What are you doing?
Get that down.
Yeah.
Everything's froze.
Everything's froze. Your whole stuff. But it did leak out, and, its fans did listen to it. I firmly do believe if that album would have came out on Friday, he would have had the number one album in the country.
Easy.
He would have, the controversy would have been on some Tupac shit. He would have easily had the number one album in the country.
Easy.
But, God's like, you had your chance.
Yeah.
And, it was featured Nicki, Kanye, Barbie Shmurda, Tory Lanez was on it. I didn't listen to it. I listened to the Kanye Nicki track. And honestly, That would have been a hit. It would have charted. It would have moved. So a lot of those tracks probably would have moved.
I listened to it.
Oh, you actually did, huh?
From the first track, it just wasn't going to age well. Like, it leaked out, and already within a week, it just didn't age well. Like, the man, he went at Ebro, and basically was like, fuck Ebro, he's just an old man on a young man dick, like, this is that, and I'm like, no, I don't think he wants the situation you're in right now.
I think
he's good.
He's good. He's free. He ate with his family on Thanksgiving. Yeah. Kanye, all them featured artists that were on there, they ate with their families.
Sans Bobby.
Huh?
Sans Bobby.
Oh, he got arrested too?
No, Bobby's still in there.
Oh, yeah.
Smarter's still in there. He's not getting out.
Oh, yeah, 2020. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
He might get out early. You never know.
Well, no, he's scheduled for the early.
Oh,
in 2020.
Okay, I think he might have a really wild comeback. He might if he plays his cards right. He gonna get out.
I feel like as soon as he walks out, the hat's gonna come back on his head.
He's gonna just plop back down.
Yeah, that's what I think. So one of the, there's not much more that needs to be said about 6ix9ine. Like it's done. It's done.
He's done.
Yeah, we'll pick up the story
whenever new developments come out.
Right.
But at this point, he's in jail for life. That's how I feel. He's in there for a quick minute.
Until proven otherwise.
Nah, it's proven.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
You're saying life. I mean, he get 10 years, whatever.
But whenever he cuts out, if he does happen, like by God willing, if he gets out,
everything's done. He
can't rap no more. Mm-mm. There's nothing to talk. He could do interviews. He could do all that other stuff. He's done. It's like that Jay-Z song, "Fallen." I know I shouldn't have did that. I know it's gonna come right back. Destroy everything you made.
All right.
Oh well.
But one of the featured artists, of course, was Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez sparked some buzz this week.
Yeah.
And he was keeping it hip-hop.
Very hip-hop.
Not mad at it.
He just felt a type of way. It's like, you know what? I feel like I could out-rap Kendrick and J. Cole.
What kind of shit is that?
No.
I mean, I like Tory Lanez. He's a talented dude.
I don't think that. I always admire when an artist feels that they can do it.
They can do it. He had balls, and then Jonah Lucas was like, I got you.
Yeah.
He went on social. They were going back and forth. And then all of a sudden, Tory Lanez sent the first shot, and he did his Lucky You freestyle. Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
That was pretty damn good. Like, I was like, okay, you're pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, all right.
Yeah. So then Joyner comes back and responds back with the Liddy freestyle. And at that point, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, he curb stomped him right there.
Yeah. This ain't looking good for you, Tory. But then what I felt what happened was Joyner was riding it and didn't really feel like he could, he felt himself a little too much.
Yeah.
And so then he came out with the ZZ
freestyle.
The freestyle.
Yeah.
And it didn't match what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tory came back with the Liddy freestyle, which Liddy again.
Yeah.
And that's when I listened to that and I was like, oh, it's 1-1.
Oh, yeah. I like them both. I like them both because Tory was rapping his ass off.
Yeah.
Tory was rapping his ass off. Jonah Lucas was rapping his ass off. They were both equal, and I liked it. There was no beef. It was just for the sport. And Tory, man, I knew he could rap. I know he could rap like that.
Yeah. And then they went to, it was funny because they were on Instagram Live. And
just laughing about
Joyner
it.
came on sounding like Rocky calling out Adrian. Tory! Tory! I was like, Adrian! Yeah, so of course all the publications was like, oh, this is beef, and then they did that. They were like, this isn't beef.
It's just competition.
Sport,
But then what's the fun in that?
Right.
No, what's the fun if there's no, like, if y'all don't hate each other?
Yeah. I mean, overall it was cool. Like,
you know what that told me?
I wasn't caught up in it.
Yeah, me neither.
It was something nice to come off of just the overall Thanksgiving week.
Yeah,
perfect timing.
And they were literally sending tracks back and forth, like instantly, like almost a day apart.
Yeah, they're making like a whole damn EP for
damn near. And I like the last part.
Here, jump on this one and diss me.
Yeah, it was like Jonah just pretty much just said like, let's do a track together now. Like, let's fuck all those. Let's do all the track together.
And then you had, of course, King Los. He took to his IG and he was like, when cats is out here talking about they feel like they the best rappers and they want all the smoke, and then he's up in his house doing like some James Brown dancing and all that, and I was like, yeah, King Los will eat just off this because we ain't asking for no hooks or nothing like that.
Rap.
Just rap.
Just
King Los can get in on that.
Let's rap.
But then Tory started feeling himself too much.
Yeah.
And that's when he was like, okay, I've already ended Joyner. My next my sights is on Pusha T. And then that's when everybody was like,
you saw what he did to your little fellow Canadian friend.
Bro.
Don't do that.
Nah.
Honestly, I was really thinking about how Tory Lanez was rapping, and I was just like, oh, no wonder why Drake didn't want to beef with him. Tory would have ate Drake. He would have cleanly ate him.
I mean, he ate him when he took controller during the beef.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was just, whatever, but on the rapping scale, and if you imagine if he had all the information Pusher had, there probably would have been some bloodshed in Toronto. Yeah. Seriously.
Well, fortunately, there wasn't no bloodshed. Instead, there was just water and cheap beer.
Yeah. So apparently at a Pusha T show in Toronto, a Drake fan, I'm just going to call him a Drake fan.
That's an Aubrey Angel.
An Aubrey Angel.
There was like 5 of them.
It was 5 of them that got jumped?
Well, there's 5 of them that showed up.
Okay. Yeah, so someone threw beer at Pusha while he was performing, and Pusha's entourage just said, and they scoped who did it. They jumped the rails, grabbed the fan, brought him on stage, and just beat the shit out of him.
That was a public ass whooping.
Woo, that was some stone cold stomping right there.
Give me a hell yeah!
Did you just imagine that though? You actually paid Pusha T money to get in.
Bought beer. You know how expensive beer is
Right.
at those shows. They're like, what, $10-15?
Right.
At least.
They probably had to pitch in all together, send each other money through the Cash App to just afford those.
You feel me?
Throw them on stage.
Pusha came out and you just threw him on stage and you thought, because you were so invested into somebody that you don't know.
Right. And then you have the audacity because you're hyped up, adrenaline's going.
Yeah.
Like, I could do this. And then you get hands pulled on you to get thrown on stage. And at that point, you're like, oh no.
Oh no. Oh, like
this.
that like that one viral video like, oh man, I'm getting my ass whooped. That's
and then
pretty
what
much
makes
what
it
happened.
worse is you're now being held and detained downstairs, and then you got to hear Push come back up and do infrared.
Yeah. and then do I don't like. They said the fire marshal shut him down, but I mean the point was already.
He
proven.
came back and he did as much of the rest of the show he could do. Mm-hmm. And I mean the thing of it is that I saw like everybody, all the jokes were flying off, and I appreciated all that. Somebody said Drake probably at home like, I told you to wet him up, not get him wet.
Have you seen pictures of Drake's new house that he's building? Dude, it's Wayne Manor. It is huge. Like, this dude has like a built-in basketball court in there, built-in big-ass bar that looks like a club. It's literally...
That's nice, but is there a room for Adonis?
No.
That's the only thing that comes to my mind. Like, are you taking care of your son, fam?
No.
It's big ass house though. I'm just like, it's huge. I call it Wayne Manor. That's what it really looks like.
The owl cave.
Damn near you might have the owl cave, not the bat cave, but the owl cave.
Yeah.
Shoot. But yeah, some other stuff.
Well,
is
I
going
think
on.
the thing too was just to close up on that Push. They came back on stage and kind of iterated that he felt it came from.
He kind of
Drake's
felt
camp.
that it came from Drake. There was a rumor that came out saying
Right.
that he a rumor came out saying that Drake paid like over $200, like bought 200 tickets just for people just to fuck with Pusha or some shit like that.
Like he 50 Cent.
Like, but in a way, in Toronto, from what I've heard from certain people, they said he really does run Toronto. You know, it's
of
his
course he
city.
does, yeah.
It's his city.
Of
I
course he
mean,
does.
yeah, he runs it, but at the same time, we know what happened this
I would
year.
imagine that Drake to Toronto is what LeBron was to Cleveland.
To Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
It's a no-brainer. You run this shit, but bruh,
Yeah.
like, come on, bruh.
yeah. Drake running Toronto isn't a no-brainer. Just like Future creating baby mamas is a no-brainer.
That is a real no-brainer, dog. I don't know how many is this now. 6?
I think it's 7 or 8.
He just can't wrap it up, can he?
You know, I think the one that's currently pregnant or the closest, because he actually has 2 that are pregnant right now,
And he only named one of
them-
his sons Future.
and one of them is, of course, Bow Wow's ex, Joy Chavez or whatever. But then there's another one that's pregnant. She was actually at the baby shower. I don't know if it was this past weekend or a few weeks back. Just watching all this, and I'm just like, okay. All right. At what point do women really
take accountability.
take accountability for, and just, you know, it can't all be the niggas ain't shit, because we know
We ain't shit sometimes.
but clearly, if you didn't catch it by the time Sierra and Baby Future, I don't know what to tell you.
And not just that, Sierra's living her best life with Russell Wilson. Man, she's every day is like a happily ever after with her. She's moved on and is happy as hell.
Right.
You know, and that baby's the only one he named Future. Future Junior. I don't know what he named all his other ones. Probably the past and present.
But exactly. But as I'm looking, I'm counting all of them. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4. By the time I got to 5, I was like, damn, this sounds like Mambo number 5. Like a little bit of Monica in my life.
Can you imagine a Future remix to that?
Yeah. Baby Mama number 5.
Baby Mama number 5. Yeah. That song was raw back then.
Yeah.
That was a time period.
But apparently there's a potential Baby Mama 7 or 8.
Dude.
Maybe even 9.
Dude.
And her name is Eliza Rain. Of course, she's Instagram model.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's not to talk down on her.
I know, but still.
You know. But
these rappers always mess with the same type of chicks. Yeah. Always. Yeah.
When she went on Instagram and she released this note, it's just a long ass note.
What's up with everyone doing
the new wave?
It's the new wave. Look what Drake done did, man. Yeah. Drake paving waves in so many ways, man.
I'm just waiting for 6ix9ine's note.
On his jail cell.
Yeah.
It's gonna be he gonna be snitching.
Yeah, but that might be on an Android or a burner.
You know, someone told me, one of my homegirls told me her boyfriend has a MacBook, an iPad, but an Android.
How'd that work?
I don't know. She said the picture's better. Like from the Samsung, I guess. I don't know. I was like, no.
Side note, you know what phone is better?
What?
So it goes iPhone, then it goes the Google Pixel.
I've heard about those.
The Google Pixel, then I would go to the Samsung. The Google Pixel, that camera, I put it ahead of both. But that's me saying it without having the newest iPhone to compare it.
Yeah.
But that Pixel 2 camera,
fire.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but the notes, man. Notes the new wave, man.
Yeah. That's how you get your message across.
You feel me?
Damn the press conference.
Go on Google Note. Go on your iPhone app note.
Yeah.
And write it down.
So basically what she was saying was, in a nutshell, she had been messing around with Future for 2 years. She knew he was a player. She admitted that she had some dirt in her past. Like, you know, they just had kind of one of those situationships. She knew what it was. She wasn't trying to trap him or anything like that. She ended up getting pregnant. She, of course, didn't want a relationship with him. She always pictured herself being in a relationship with, having a stable relationship with a husband, just bringing all that up.
Yeah, all that shit.
Abortion was an option. However, because of the high risk of the potential reproductive damage that she was told, she didn't want to go through it. And then when she claims that when she told Future, he went ballistic to the point where he had people just threatening her. Like, that was her story, which was, he's now threatening my life. I'm getting phone calls from people saying that he's telling people in Atlanta that he's putting money on my head.
Wow, Future?
Yeah, so after a while, I'm just like, damn, like,
that sounds...
You ain't learned from Ray Caruth, my G? Like, come on now. And so you feel for her.
Yeah.
But then even through the midst of it, something just didn't sound right. Mm-hmm. Because through all of it, she's like, I'd still accept him being a father if he gets his act right. And I'm like...
What?
Like, hold up. If somebody out here putting a hit out on you...
For real.
And your unborn child...
For real.
Why would you want them a part of the life? So then I started researching some more.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm not here to bash because she said in her notes, I've done the stuff in the past and you'll find it. But it wasn't that what people found. People were already seeing that, well, wait a minute, she already has 2 kids. And she's making it sound like, how could you want a family structure and say that you didn't expect to do this, but you already have 2 kids wait a minute.
What kind of shit is that?
And then there's some other stuff going through where I'm like...
So you got into it. You know, when I see Future's baby mama dramas, I just tune out. I'm just like, is this why your music has been kind of mid this year? Kind of? Just whatever. Just kept scrolling.
Yeah, I mean, just, again, if it's true, it's whack. However...
What about that little message he posted? I don't know what the fuck he was saying.
Oh, he's just like, you good? All right. I'm good, too. I'm good. I was like, all right, for sure. Everybody good then, I guess.
Why does he do that little... See, Future does that subliminal shit, man. I hate when he does that type of shit. Like some female. Get over yourself, bro.
I bet Dirty Sprite 3 gonna be fired, though.
I think, man, that's gonna be DS2, man. That's a classic right there.
Oh, easy.
Undeniable classic.
Yeah, but then I was thinking about it even more. just with the other baby mamas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hold up. So baby Future, who you share with Sierra, is now about to be half sibling with this baby mama who has a child with Bow Wow. So in essence, what you've done is you've turned Sierra and Bow Wow's kids into half siblings. And then I had to think about it even more, and I was like, that ain't even the worst situation that comes to mind. Because when you think about Black China, her situation with Tyga and Rob, like her kids are literally sibling cousins. Mm-hmm. And then when you actually break it down and go to the Jackson family tree, remember that Jermaine and Randy have kids by the same woman.
Well, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so then I was like, man, that's the world we live in.
That's a whole lot of mess, man.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of mess.
And of course, this story kicked place right when the weekend was starting, and then Saturday night hit. And
Man.
Stories everywhere.
Stories everywhere.
Stories
oh yeah, you said Bow Wow about to
everywhere.
drop a mixtape?
Yeah, he's about to drop Greenlight 6.
That's your boy. You let me know how that sounds.
Hey, the Greenlight series is cool. That's like the one thing about him I don't belittle. The Greenlight series is actually pretty good.
Well, I'll belittle him. Fuck him. I'll do it for you.
I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But you saying that because you haven't heard the Greenlight series.
I have. I never liked them.
Okay. Well. All right. So, I wanted to root against this man.
Oh, I know you
passion.
did. Oh, when it came out, I was just like, I read it. I was like, what? And I sent it to you in the group chat. Like, yep, me and Larissa are reading it. Yep. And I was like, timeline about to go left, isn't it? And God's like, no. Whoa, I thought that said, yep.
Give me a hell yeah.
There you go, Austin. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Band 12 seemed to have gotten himself in a situation, apparently.
Allegedly.
There was this Twitter user by the name of Messine Elijah, however. It was a gay man. I'm not laughing at that.
I know. Just, it was a gay man.
Because I think I was using female.
Yeah. I mean, he's transgender, though.
Right, but he still claims himself to be. Like, he made it perfectly clear in the tweets.
Yeah.
Like, I'm using he, his, like, I identify as a man. So he's apparently a publisher and author of the book Industry Ho. You can tell that's got a lot of good quality in that. I might have to drop $24.99 on that.
I'm sorry.
He states in this long ass thread of how he had this relationship with Dwight, and again,
Dwight Howard people.
Again, I don't care about personal life. Like, don't bother me or whatever. What got the attention from me was kind of like the dirt that was being thrown in.
Yeah.
Saying that he was messing around on them still, going to these orgy parties.
I'm sorry.
He's claiming that, like, just this, and the third. So then when he was confronting him about it, he had these video, quote-unquote, receipts. But even with the voice, I was like, that don't sound like Dwight Howard.
I don't know what.
And I wanted to
roast him
and
so bad.
I was like, that doesn't sound like him, and I know what he sounds like. Unfortunately. And so then when he says he did that, that's when Dwight's team, which includes close affiliates and a pastor, then started coming with death threats towards him.
Now I heard. So hold up, you gonna send a pastor after you? That's some old trapped in the closet shit. That's. You gonna send your pastor after him?
Yeah, because apparently they were trying to send hush money, but he wouldn't accept it. So at that point, they started doing threats.
And you all this pastor.
And all this was wild. And again, like, I'm like, this doesn't sound. But wait a minute. There's a wild piece in all of this.
Yeah.
Which was Dwight actually missed the game because of a buttocks injury.
Yeah.
And so as a result of that, everybody was like, hold up. But then it started going left because this person was saying it's not about him, it's about his party. But he kept attacking him at any given point. Like, he called him a 6'11" bottom. And then for some reason he threw in Magic Johnson, where he's like, you just running everybody raw at Magic Johnson 2.0. And I was like,
but he fucked bitches. Why'd you bring that up?
Yeah, I was like, that. Okay.
Come on.
All right, for sure.
You mad right now? So.
And then like some of the video, like just overall, it was just one of those things.
It kind of seemed it didn't sound right.
Yeah. So then, of course, Twitter did their research.
Twitter always does their research on your ass, man.
And this motherfucker got a shady past. Not Dwight, but Massine. Got a shady ass past. So shady that last year he failed at outing Playboy Cardi. That didn't go well.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And then somebody came up and was like, wasn't you the same person that scammed my friend out of a camera? And when you sent the box, it was full of rocks?
I saw that
and a
shit.
brick? And then hella people came out and was like, yo, I bought an iPhone. All I got was a brick.
I'll be damned. I'll be seeing videos like that. Like, yeah, I try to get my iPhone. I open up, it was nothing but a brick.
Right. And it was just like, there was one piece of video evidence that it was just like, all right, this is just over the top. Like, you're clearly doing this, where it was just like, but that's not what you were saying to me, Dwight. You said that you like getting fucked in the ass, Dwight. You said you like sucking my dick, Dwight. And I was just like, all right, this sounds like a Tyler Perry movie at this point. And I don't believe none of this shit that I be seeing in footage when it comes to that. So, but this just brings me back to what I was saying when it came to LiAngelo Ball. Remember that situation where it was, you do more harm for that community just by doing this stupid shit. It's really just for attention.
It really is. It really is. You didn't have to do that whole thread. You could have went.
And then you're right. Yeah. And then of course you then get people who are using this to then go and bash the LGBT. I forget. There's one more
LGBTQ. Whatever.
Thank you. They now go and use that to bash them. It's like, fam, that's. Just bash this person, because this is clearly the person that's foul and that's in the wrong.
For real,
Don't take it out on somebody else.
For real.
That's living that lives their life, lives their truth.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They got nothing to do with that.
I agree with you.
So
on
I mean,
that shit.
like just overall, like I read it and I was just like,
this is
Sad,
wild,
man. This is
it's wild, and
the jokes were funny.
Yeah,
and they were, the ones that they were funny, but when it started going to the other realm, I was like, this is why this
I told
happens.
you, when shit like so stories like that happen, I'm like, oh, the timeline about to go all the way left, and man, it did.
Oh yeah,
I was entertained. It was funny though, just for shits and giggles. And they said they don't even know when Dwight coming back.
Yeah, I mean the way the Wizards are going, hell, who knows? He might get traded at this point.
Might go back to the Lakers.
I'll do that. I'll end this damn podcast.
just end it, unhook everything. I quit.
Martin's sick, of course, but I'll call him up and be like, hey,
we done.
It's a wrap.
What do you mean? Busby said Dwight Howard should come back to the Lakers. I understand.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. JC, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Ain't nothing after that.
Right. But yeah, so I'm reading all this and I'm like, man, y'all just need to get like Terrence Ross.
Yeah.
I need to get a woman or a partner that just understands the game.
And
plays their role and plays it well.
She knew the role.
So apparently Terrence Ross was having an affair with Amber Rose either last year or at the beginning of this year.
Something like that.
And they asked his wife, who of course is mother of his two kids. She was like, I wasn't bothered by that because I'm no side chick. And he was going to come home after having all his fun. And I read that and I was like,
I can't even, just applaud her.
I was like, yeah,
clap for her.
Good for you.
Good for you. She wasn't even mad. Like, I know Amber ain't the main chick. I'm the main chick.
And I'm not saying that to be like all women should be like that.
Yeah,
I'm saying that as if
it's communication.
If you know the situation you're going to be in,
you know what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
You
play your role.
Check your ego. You play your position, and that's what she did. She knew that you can have your fun. She probably has fun her damn self. But at the end of the day, she comes home to her man in bed. After that, T had that post nut clarity, and he was just like, never again.
Yeah. I mean, it must be working because the season series between us and the Magic is over, and they done kicked our ass twice. So that season series is a wrap. So clearly he's in a mind frame where something working with him in Orlando.
Probably.
Yeah. And then to piggyback off of that, of course, LeBron back to Cleveland Part 2 happened.
Yeah.
ESPN went all out for no reason.
Of course, they
nobody cared that he went back.
They needed
Duke
ratings.
Gonzaga was playing before
he was playing. Oh, yeah, you mean LeBron 2.0?
Yeah. I mean, they lost by 2, but...
He went against,
game.
What's his name? Duke went against, I heard about
Gonzaga.
Yeah, Gonzaga I was shocked that, they beat them, huh?
Gonzaga good.
Okay.
Gonzaga was number 3 going into that game. So
really? And Duke's number 2 or 1?
They were number 1.
Oh, wow.
So it wasn't that much of a surprise.
Okay.
But, yeah, so LeBron went back to Cleveland. Wasn't like...
So ESPN did it the whole... Because I didn't watch the game, but
the whole week, it was just, LeBron goes back to Cleveland. Will he receive the same response that he got in Miami? Or will it be much different? Will they have...
You should already know ESPN is LeBron was a LeBron sexual channel.
I tweeted ESPN. I was like, fam.
Hey, don't tweet at ESPN. You remember what happened when I did that?
Because you cussed them out.
Yeah.
I didn't. I said ESPN. Between the Lakers fans, the LeBron sexuals, the Lakers haters, and the LeBron haters, we probably make up 65 to 75% of the league. You didn't have to sell this game to us. We were going to be watching anyways.
Everyone's going to watch. LeBron is practically the show. No matter what team LeBron is on, everyone and their mama's going to fucking watch.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter if it was the Lakers or the fucking... Who's the worst team besides Cleveland? Who else is like the worst team? Like Sacramento. Like Sacramento or fucking...
Wherever he goes,
everyone's going to watch.
Yeah. So...
But, you know,
ESPN just do better. Like, we didn't need
They
that.
ain't going to do better. They're going to do exactly what they always been doing.
Yeah.
They're going to be on his nuts tough to the end until he retires.
Yep.
Or until Zion shows up.
Right. But there was a person missing in that game, and that was J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
J.R., he's done. He told them, he's like, look, I feel like the team's tanking. I want out.
Oh, now you figured that out.
Yeah.
I mean, when LeBron left, you should have. And when you knew LeBron's last year was coming, Kyrie already saw the writing on the wall.
Here's the funny thing about it, though. He said they were tanking, and then they went and they beat Philly, and then they beat, I think, the Raptors. What else did they beat? They beat somebody. They beat Houston.
Oh,
they beat Philly and they beat Houston. So I was like, I don't know if that's tanking, fam. I think that was just you kind of screwed yourself out at this point because the kid that you were saying, Sexton. Kid you were saying doesn't know how to play basketball. He actually can ball. So
pretty much, JR just wanted to leave.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to.
He might come to you guys.
Right.
I saw this one.
No, he's not.
I know. I saw this one video of just like 2K video of him playing.
Yeah.
And
on the back.
LeBron just like, what the fuck? Oh man, good. Now the more this shit happens, the more it's kind of just like I saw it on Twitter. It was like they won that championship off a miracle. Like. It was literally a miracle they won that championship against the Warriors.
Well, so did the Warriors in the first year. Remember, it took Kevin Love and Kyrie going down that first year.
Yeah.
And they still won 2. They were still down 2-1. Mm-hmm. So, you know,
it works both ways either way. But just them coming back 3-1. There was like all the factors that went into that for them to come back and shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of the Sixers, that situation with Markelle Fultz, the point guard, who, remember, he had the shoulder injury and now he's shooting all different. Mm-hmm. Out of the blue, he tells the team, yeah, I'm not playing until I get another consultation. I don't even think he told him. I think it was the physical therapist that released the message. And the Sixers were like, fam, like,
what the fuck?
What are you doing? So at this point, a report came out that they're looking to trade him. Like, he's no longer part of the long-term plans. Which
bye-bye!
Which means that's arguably one of the worst first-round draft picks when you consider that they got hosed into trading Boston to trade down for the third-round pick, and then they had to give Boston a future first-round pick.
Wow.
So,
well.
Exactly.
Well.
But, you know, trust the process.
Yeah, you feel me? I mean, they did, and the process went to L.A., so.
Yeah. So there's that, and then, remember when I said it was looking spooky in Oakland?
Oh, it got spooky for a minute. They woke up over the weekend, but it got very spooky.
Oh, you must not have heard what's been going on.
Now it's been going on.
Oh, it's spooky hours to the max now.
How is it spooky hours to the max? Oh, you sent me that shit saying that a rumor came out that fucking shut up. That Draymond might get traded.
That's not even what I'm talking about.
Oh. Steph Curry?
That was just a piece.
Oh.
So there was that where, they were saying that rumors were coming around with Draymond getting traded. Mm-hmm. Then you had, interestingly enough, so of course LeBron played Cleveland the night before Thanksgiving. Yeah. The follow-up game was Thunder and the Warriors.
They got smacked.
After that game, Westbrook and KD embraced. Surprisingly.
You still, man, you know what I mean? They're brothers.
No, I wasn't putting much attention to it.
Uh-huh.
But it was just how they did it. They actually walked up to each other. It wasn't like they just were passing by and they actually went out of their way. I'm not saying he's going back to Thunder. That says something to me, where I'm paying attention to that.
You pay attention to every little detail that goes on.
Right. And the reason why I'm paying attention to that because then the next report came out that somebody from the Warriors locker room went and told Stephen A. Smith the players got friction with Steve Kerr right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, what's going on in Oakland right now?
And then Steph got into that car accident on Friday, which didn't seem like anything major until I noticed that him and Aisha were taking down videos and photos from him the night before drinking.
Hey, It was like a 3-car collision. He came out unscratched. He's still ducking threes.
This guy's my player, man. I'm just saying, these little things you have to pay attention to because, as you say, the universe works in ways. I believe a coincidence, but I don't believe it in that many coincidences.
This reminds me of when players' reaction when the reports are coming out about Harbaugh with the Niners.
Yeah.
This is what that reminds me of, and Stephen A. is playing Deion Sanders' role right now. So, and I remember that report saying, win or lose Super Bowl, Harbaugh gone. And I was like, what? And I was like, man, Jed York is stupid, and that leads to my Jed York hate. So, Warriors. I mean, if I was a Warrior fan, shit. How many championships? 3 championships?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not writing them off, but just like fucking Philly, they're tanking right now, and it's just like, shit, we got our championships.
I don't write off anybody, especially one that's coming off a title. I'm just paying attention to long term.
Oh, you trying to get your shit talking ready.
And all I'm saying is...
You're getting your shit talking ready.
I'm saying Lakers 2020, but like I've been saying. People
I know you've been saying it.
I'm kicking back in the cut. That's all I'm doing.
Because when that laugh comes, oh boy.
Yeah. It's going to be vicious.
I'm just going to kick back.
Live from Los Angeles.
I'm going to just kick back. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm like, well, shit. He proved me wrong. He proved me wrong. So,
quick breeze to the NFL. A lot of former Raiders pissed me off all day on Thanksgiving.
Damn. Well, you part of fantasy?
Well, they didn't piss me off. It was the fact that they were on other teams doing so well.
Oh.
Yeah. Khalil Mack in the first game, and of course he was Khalil Mack. Second game, Amari Cooper had a 40-yard catch and then a 90-yard catch, both for touchdowns. I'm sure, Bruce, I didn't catch much of the third game, which was the Falcons and the Saints, but I'm sure...
Oh, I'm going to talk about that for a second. So me and my uncle were watching the game after we ate and shit, and we were just watching, and the Falcons were literally on, I forgot where they're at. They're at their own 30 or 20 like that, and it was 4th and inches against the Saints. Drew Brees, 4th and inches, and they punted. I was like, are they about to punt? And my uncle was like, yeah, they're about to punt. You got to play smart. And I'm like, nah, this is Drew Brees we're talking about. They're down by like, what, a touchdown or 2? Nah, bruh. You got to go for it. 4th and inches? I go for that on Madden. At the 30 or whatever. He's like, no, you got to punt it. And I'm like, all right. So they punted the ball. 2 minutes later, Drew Brees scored. I'm like, and I looked at, did they score? He was like, yeah. I was like, what did I say? What'd I tell you?
Falcons have not been the same since that Super Bowl.
They really haven't. They beat the shit out. There was this one part in the game where old boy is literally about to score, and then he fumbled it.
Yep.
I was like, you niggas, that Super Bowl really fucked y'all up.
Yep.
Big time.
Yeah. So of course that leads to a big game night this Thursday.
Who's playing?
Saints and the Cowboys.
7-0, and the Cowboys are what 6-2 now?
No, they're going to week 13 and 14 now.
But what's the Cowboys record now?
I think they're 6-6 or 7-6. Cowboys are trying to secure the division. Saints are just trying to make sure they
get home field advantage. And was it gonna be in Cowboy Stadium?
I think so.
Oh, that could be a game.
No, I think it's actually in New Orleans.
Okay. Well, yeah. I put my money on. So. I put my money and Drew on them.
Right. Well, we'll see how that goes. But then there was a funny stat too. So of course, last week we were watching the Rams Chiefs game. Mm-hmm. There's a funny ass stat. Remember that game when the Bucks had all them yards and only scored 3 points? Mm-hmm. They did comparisons. The Bucks actually gained more yards in that game than the Rams did. Mm-hmm. And the point differential was the Rams scored 54 points and the Bucks scored 3 points. Oh,
before we go on, when we got off the air yesterday, it was literally last week. It was a classic Monday Night Football game. It was a classic football game, period, with the Saints and Kansas City and the Rams. Boy, that
excelled the hype.
Oh my God, that was the Super Bowl right there. Defense just said, "Are we gonna play defense today?"
No.
Oh, they did.
Remember, there were interceptions at key moments.
Yeah,
It was just too high profile offenses.
It was, man, because it got to the point where I told them when Martin was they scored and they went out of bounds, and I'm like, you shouldn't go out of bounds, man. You gotta eat that clock. He's like, no, you gotta eat the clock. And then the Rams got the ball back in less than 1 minute. 2 minutes they scored?
Something of that nature.
I was just like, they fucking scored. Yeah. And literally, Mahomes lost by a mental mistake. Again, same with the Patriots. When he gets to it's like one little mistake he made and they capitalized.
I mean, he's basically a rookie quarterback.
But still wasn't even a rookie. That's some shit that could have still happened to any quarterback.
Yeah.
It was just he got tackled and they picked it off and that was it. I don't even call it a rookie mistake. It's just like just by an inch.
Game over.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Right.
That's all it takes. But man,
yeah, so
that was a game.
Yeah, those Thanksgiving games.
They were blah.
Like I said, I picked
Christmas is better.
They were from Christmas is basketball.
I know that's what I meant.
Yeah. Texans owner Bob McNair, he passed away actually the day after Thanksgiving.
And right now they won their game actually.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
I guess the
they're
Titans
playing for his honor. And
they won.
Yeah.
So,
but of course, that was the same owner that had the statement of letting the inmates run the
asylum.
Jail. Well, he said jail. And I mean, of course, I was like, that just wasn't the proper wording. I wasn't gonna
bite his head off
because looking back on his life, he actually did a lot for people of all different creeds and backgrounds. So it was just one of those things where it was like,
you just worded it wrong.
Yeah, and it was like, all right, fam, like rest in peace. You know, I'm not gonna badmouth you off that.
Well, you know who need to get the fuck up out of here. Even though my Niners lost, I'm putting this season on rice. It is what it is. We had injuries and niggas just being stupid. One of these stupid motherfuckers is Reuben Foster.
Yeah,
you're gone. He got arrested on suspicion of domestic violence with the same girlfriend that he had in those This was the third time, right?
Not once.
Not once.
Twice.
But 3 times.
Yeah.
You went to court and everything, and they let you off the hook. And all I said at the beginning of the season, be cool. Just be cool and play and help us win games. He couldn't even do that.
And I mean, the fact that this happened
the day before the game.
Not only the day before, but in Tampa Bay.
In Tampa Bay. You were literally about to come off injury and play.
You didn't have to bring her out there.
But you did anyway. And you get into a fight. And then she calls the cops. You get arrested. John Lynch and them said, you can get the fuck up out of here, bro.
Yeah, they released his ass
literally
hours before the game.
Hours before the game. Said, you got to take a plane home. You out. Bye.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's...
When you texted this morning, like, now I was released them, I was like, good.
Yeah.
I wasn't even mad. I'm like, you weren't doing shit for us anyway, so fuck out of here. Whatever, bro.
Aside from the injury, there was a reason why he dropped down to the... I mean, without that injury and without the questions, that was easily a top 5 pick that year. Mm-hmm. There was a reason why he dropped down to the end of the round.
Because they knew he's stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I hope he gets it together, man. Because Alden Smith was that rings.
That's Alden
rings
Smith.
Loudly.
What's up with we have good ass linebackers and DNs, but they're crazy in the head. What the fuck?
Something in the South Water, man.
Something on the South Bay water. Something.
Niners took a L. Raiders took a L. Crabtree was the latest former Raider to get his revenge.
At least he didn't do it on the Niners. So. Hey, man.
His touchdown was wide open from what somebody told me.
Yeah, I saw it.
Nobody was around.
Mm-hmm. Raiders, I don't know what's going on with the Raiders. They were in it, too, and then all of a sudden they just...
Yeah, I saw Carr threw a great pass to Jared Cook and just landed in the end zone.
Oh, yeah, one hand.
Yeah.
It was one hand. That was a damn near catch of the year contender. One hand and caught that shit. It was a wild day in the NFL that day.
It was. Browns were up by like 21 points.
Dude, yeah, I never seen that before. The Browns up like double digits.
Yeah, they beat the Bengals, and then was one of the defensive backs. He picked off
the ball and handed it
Andy
to
Dalton, and then ran to the sideline, handed it to Hugh Jackson, and then Andy Dalton got hurt, so he was out the game. And then after the game, Hugh Jackson was trying to shake hands with Baker Mayfield, and Baker just gave him one of those. All right, I'm just doing this because camera's on me, but fuck out my face. And then this morning, he had an Instagram post.
And what did it say?
Basically calling him, I'm tired of fake people around me, this is that. And I was like, talk your shit, young man.
Hey, man.
He's the
lead. I mean, Hugh Jackson's the reason why. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
And now there's the rumors that he might take over for the Bengals when they finally get rid of Marvin Lewis.
About damn time.
No.
There needs to be a change.
Hugh Jackson should not be coaching. He should not be anywhere.
I'll take him over Condoleezza Rice.
Hugh Jackson is at this point. He should just retire. He should retire as a coach because your record is trash with the Raiders. Trash with the fucking Browns. Trash.
Yeah, but I mean the Bengals don't care.
They
brought Marvin.
Man, Marvin Lewis has been the Cincinnati Bengals coach since I was in high school.
And he won one playoff game.
One playoff game, and they kept him. They kept him, and they signed a fucking what? An extension on his contract?
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
It really is.
That's wild.
It really is, man.
If that was any other coach, they would have fired him. What skeleton does he have in the owner's closet?
You mean the owner?
That's what I meant.
Yeah, he's got something, man. Like, he knows some Illuminati type shit.
Has to know something that's going on in Cincinnati. He might be a secret Trump supporter. I don't know. Because Marvin Lewis, you trash. Don't just retire.
Yeah.
You're an all right coach. Maybe an all right offensive guy. But as a head coach, your record says otherwise. You are really...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I put it.
And I'm not even a fan. It's just common sense, bro.
It is what it is. But I mean, again, Marvin Lewis has been there for so long, you might as well throw Hugh Jackson.
They're going to be trash even more.
Yeah.
You saw what he did with the Browns. Won like one game. That was his only achievement. And then lost the rest. And they say, you got to go, bro.
Well, he tied. So
Yeah, tied one.
I think he won another one, too.
Wasn't he defensive coordinator, Hugh Jackson?
No, he's offensive coordinator.
Oh, because I remember I saw him on fucking Hard Knocks, and he was like talking hella shit. I'm like, with your record, you should not talk shit to nobody. Shut up. That little Richard. Shut up.
Shut up.
Shit. Anyway, Seahawks, even though they're in my division, I gotta admit, they really do have literally the best touchdown celebrations this season.
Yeah, round of applause.
I really don't know if they practice this shit with Pete Carroll before practice.
It's
Like the funniest one was when they were all in line and they spread out and old boy just started doing the running man. And then this one takes the cake. He gets the touchdown. Old boy's playing Ty Lue. Other dude's playing Allen Iverson. He does the fadeaway and just literally steps over.
And what was dope was somebody took the time to put that video over the actual broadcast of the game. Couldn't have done it way better. Like, hats off to, they really got some of the best. And then they got probably some of the best plays of the year, because then that running back got put in a damn spin cycle.
Yeah.
He got hit into the air, spun around, did a full 360, landed on his feet, and got an extra 3 yards.
There was another game. I forgot what team it was, but old boy got tackled and literally was lifted in the air, and then his teammates pretty much pushed him into the end zone.
Yeah.
I said it was a wild day in the NFL. Niggas were fighting, too, doing the Jets and whatever team.
It was the Bills and...
Jets, wasn't it?
Nah, that was Bills and Jaguars.
Yeah, Bills and Jaguars. Yeah, niggas were fighting.
Jaguars started off 3-0. They're on a 7-game losing streak right now.
Well, Jalen Ramsey, that's what you do when you talk shit.
Jalen Ramsey talked so much about Josh Allen in particular.
And then lost.
Yeah.
I mean, see, that's what you get. That's exactly what you get.
Bills got rid of that Peter man, and all of a sudden,
everything's been...
stock started rising.
It's your boy. You gotta I'm gonna get you a Peterman jersey for Christmas. Peter Man. Shit. Oh, did you hear about how it came out today? They're still drug testing Eric Reed.
Yeah, it's the 6th time.
That's you got. They're not even hiding it no more. Like, word.
If I'm Eric Reed, that's going right in my, because he hasn't dropped the case either. That's going right, and I'm handing all that to my lawyer.
Like, do you know what you're doing? Like, okay.
Like, at this point, it's not random. Like, I know my schedule now. I play the game. I come, do a quick talk.
Win or lose. Win or lose. You're really trying to catch him.
Yeah.
Like, what are you, like, dude, really? Really? Like, you guys are not hiding it no more. Like, we know you don't like Cap. Okay. Racist motherfuckers. Still gonna watch y'all, though. I'm still gonna watch next week. But still.
Yeah, as we get closer to the playoffs, my reign is or I won't even call it my protest. It was just me not watching. It's starting to slowly dwindle down a little bit.
I mean, this season's been kind of blah. This NFL season's been kind of blah.
I mean, it's just...
my Niners, like, shit just happened. Niggas got injured, so I was just like, well,
I mean, just some of the way the playoffs are turning out. Like, even though I've been watching the games, I still follow some of the storylines. Mm-hmm. Some good storylines are shaping up for possible playoff positions.
Oh, we already know it's going to... Like, my prediction, hopefully, it's going to be... My Super Bowl prediction would probably be the Saints and... What's it called? Yeah, the Saints and Kansas City.
I wasn't even talking about, like, Super Bowl. I was talking about, like, wild cards.
Oh, wild card? Oh.
Yeah, like, because there's a scenario where it's the Cowboys and the Vikings they play in the wild card.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that time of year when it comes to wild card weekend, and there's teams that you just wrote off. They just get to the wild card and then they just make it. Did the Green Bay win last week?
Nope.
Oh, yes. Oh, they got smacked.
They lost last night by a touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers, man.
And it was Aaron Rodgers' fault.
Damn. See, that's what I'm saying. Unpredictable. You don't know what he's gonna do. You don't know.
There's a stat I think that I don't know if it was spot on, but it was. When I say spot on, I mean 100%. But it was pretty damn accurate.
Oh, yeah. Go on.
Where whenever his team is trailing in the fourth quarter against a team that has a winning record.
He's 0 for 37?
Yeah, but I think somebody adjusted. I think he's 1 for 38.
Damn. There was another one I saw. There was another stat. I don't know if you saw. It was with the Chargers. And they beat the shit out of the Cardinals. Oh, boy. Phillip Rivers was 25 for 25. I can't even do that on Madden.
Nah.
That's... What were you just dumping into the running back? Just
he celebrated. His wife gonna have another child in 10 months.
25 for 25. Not even Tom Brady ever got that. That's wild. And your team is trash, Cardinals. Arizona, you trash.
Phillip Rivers, man, that's a guy you lightly feel sorry for because he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. And when you look back at his career, the majority of his career is the team giving him the ball on his own 3-yard line with less than a minute left, and he's down by 4 or 5. He's never down by like a full touchdow. Yeah. It's always some random ass number where a field goal doesn't get it done. He has to score the touchdown.
Yeah, he has to score it. Drew Brees was the quarterback for the Chargers for like a year, and when they got rid of him, I'm like, y'all stupid.
I wouldn't even say they were stupid. It was just he got injured, so they had to go a different route.
He was injured prone.
They wanted
a minute.
Eli. Eli didn't want to go to San Diego.
Yeah.
So then they got Phillip Rivers, and
he held that torch for them years. Even when LT left, he held that torch.
Yeah, that's Mr. On your own 3-yard line and touchdown.
Literally.
With 1:48 left in the game. And then you had rivalry week in NCAA for football. Michigan was talking all that shit.
Horrible.
And then all the analysts were talking too.
Horrible.
And then the game happened. And the last one talking was LeBron. Because, of course, LeBron's Ohio State tie.
And the last one talking was LeBron.
Yeah. He may be out in L.A., but, he still got mob ties out in Ohio.
Yeah.
And that game was ugly.
The final score was 72 to what?
39. Yeah.
Harbaugh gonna get that's a game you get fired for.
The wild thing is he's not gonna get fired because compared to the last coach, he's light years ahead.
They were like weren't they like number 2?
Like number 2 or 3.
And then they slipped down to 4 or 5 after that game?
I would imagine they went lower.
I saw a report they slipped down to number 5 or shit after that damn game.
Right.
That's a fucking game you could get fired for.
Easy. Yeah, so that was one of 2. The other one I was paying attention to was Notre Dame and USC. Notre Dame looked like they got a squad this year. But they say that every time when they get ready for the playoffs. And then
they just get murked.
Yeah, so I keep an eye on it. But they beat USC, I think, 17 to 14 or something like that. Maybe 27-24. One of those areas. But we'll see how it goes.
Well.
I'm going to the Pac-12 championship game on Friday, Larissa.
Oh, that's what's up. Was this Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's at
Levi Stadium, huh?
Yeah.
So that's when all the bowl games started, like in December and shit, huh?
Yeah, because all these are the championship games to play for the winner of each conference. And then, of course, the winners, that's how they determine who goes to which bowl.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. So pretty much Michigan ain't going nowhere now, huh?
Well, I mean, they're still up there. Like, at this point, remember, it's like the final 2 or 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. So much happens to the top 4 through 8 seedings where... You gotta
love Harbaugh. His whole coaching career, he loses in spectacular... He's spectacular. He will lose spectacularly and he will win spectacularly, but when he loses...
It's memorable.
Boy!
They write novels on it.
Oh, boy!
Yeah. And on a more quieter note, the Sharks are, I presume... I presume they're building up another season that's gonna just let people down. So.
Isn't that every year? Every season?
I presume I haven't been paying attention.
I don't pay attention. I know he can't. And we'll just roast him.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, why?
I just have to throw that out there.
Why be a Sharks fan?
Just for our listeners that enjoy hockey.
Well, yeah, but
that's our coverage.
Yeah, of the Sharks in San Jose.
Yeah.
San Jose Sharks have not won a game. They do win. This is when it matters. They just don't care. They're like the opposite of the Mighty Ducks. The opposite. I mean, it's funny. The Mighty Ducks actually did beat them in the Stanley Cup. That makes that shit funnier.
Baby shark do 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 do.
Quack, quack, quack. Yeah. Sharks are the opposite of the Mighty Ducks. Y'all just lose. Yeah. In every movie, when you get to the big game, you just lose. And there's no fucking, after ending or anything. It just roll credits.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Anyway. There was some anniversaries for some music. Real good anniversaries. Like, we don't like doing odd numbers. Not odd numbers, but like...
I don't like doing anything that's not a divisible of 5.
divisible.
If it's not divisible of 5,
because My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy turned 7, so it's like
Busby hit me up over the weekend. I was like, I don't give a damn about that. Like,
yeah, it's a divisible.
Hit me up in 2020 when that that's when we're going all out for that. Not for no 8 years.
But like every year, it's nice to reflect on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. But when it's 7 years, it's like I
don't know what the hype is with all these folks on social media. Like, they're like, hey, it's been 2 years since this album dropped. I'm like, who cares? I still listen to that in rotation. The hell does it matter?
Well, we got to reflect on it.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
I'm trying to get through all the damn music that came out this year.
Seriously. Imagine all the fucking anniversaries for those fucking, all that music. But
so we actually missed a few over the year that I actually would have liked to go into, but I want to highlight now. We missed Young Jeezy's The Recession, which, of course, was this past September. That hit the 10-year anniversary. To me, that's a significant moment in Jeezy's career because that was his 3rd album. And he chose to go towards a more socially aware and just an overall... I don't want to say he got away from the trap, but he focused more on the social aspect of it. And created a damn good album.
And Put On with Kanye, which is still... And the Put On remix with Hov, that was a good one, too.
We That... Vacation, of course, My President.
Yeah, My President's Black.
There's a lot of joints on that album that it stood the test of time.
Oh yeah, better than Thug Motivation.
Thug Motivation is always that's. I don't want to say that's he didn't rise to the occasion because he wouldn't have had a career that he's had he not.
Yeah,
but it's just Trap or Die leading into Thug Motivation 101.
Yeah,
was something special.
Yeah.
So shouts out to Jeezy for that. And of course, we're getting ready for the final one in this catalog, as he says, which is Thug Motivation 104.
Everyone always says it's the final one.
Right.
Well, we're getting into that time period because T.I. just kind of slowing down with his releases. And all the trap rappers are kind of just slowing down a bit now.
Yeah.
They really are. Like Gucci Mane especially, did he release a project this year?
He released a few. He's actually dropping in a few weeks.
Okay.
Because he's December 7th.
So much music.
And then he was supposed to drop that Glacier Boys with Migos and J.I.D. And it just never dropped. Yeah. I think that was QVC or QC because they were doing all their drops.
Okay. Well, you know what I mean. Like all these rappers, trap rappers are kind of slowing down and shit. But the real anniversary that we're going to touch on, two of them. What was the other one?
DMX.
Oh, yes. Dark and Hell is Hot.
We missed his Dark and Hell is Hot.
How many years was that?
20.
Yes.
That came out in 98.
Was that the same time when he released 2 albums, Flesh of My Flesh?
So Flesh of My Flesh is dropping now, which we could highlight now. I think we're approaching that anniversary, because I think it dropped in December.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I heard DMX. I was 9. And he came on, I don't want to say he came on Tear Up, but it was MTV, it was the Rough Riders anthem.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw him.
And I remember looking at that and I was like, even at a young age, it's like, that's the bridge from Pac.
Oh, that's exactly what I thought too.
Like, that's him.
See, it's funny. What's it called? That wasn't the first DMX album I listened to. The very, very first DMX album I ever listened to all the way through was And Then There Was X.
Okay.
That was my first introduction to, like, not just rap music, just gangster rap music, period. That was my...
So Party Up.
Party Up and...
What's My Name?
Bitch, What These Bitches Want.
Yep.
The Prayer. Like, man, that whole album was fire. Still is fire.
Oh, yeah. His first 5 joints are...
undeniable.
Incredible. Like, there was a reason why they all went number 1.
Man, that's why it hurts me so much to see what he's become now. With all the crack and coke and shit. It sucks. It's
at least been somewhat bittersweet, more on the sweeter side this past year and a half, just seeing him kind of get through all that.
Yeah.
And still seeing the love and support he has.
Even though he got locked up again. It's like every time, DMX got locked up again. I was like, of course he did.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But it's Dark and Hell is Hot. Because, of course, again, I was younger. I couldn't really listen to the music until a few years later.
Yeah.
So I was able to sneak it out of my cousins. You remember the big-ass... What used to be our iTunes library was that big-ass album booklet.
Oh, boy.
And if you were really an album aficionado, not only did you have the disc in the slot, but you had the full booklet in the slot
that's when you were like really, you got to be real technical with this shit. You got to be really, really technical with it.
First time I heard that album, bruh.
I
was like, this isn't Puff Daddy.
This isn't Will Smith. I can't get.
It definitely wasn't Will Smith.
I'll never forget when I first heard DMX, like an uncensored DMX. And I remember back in the day when MTV had MTV Radio online.
Yeah.
And they had the uncensored one. I accidentally clicked it because I was thinking I was trying to listen to some NSYNC or some shit. Wrong.
Yeah.
It was motherfucking DMX, What's My Name, the unfiltered version. And the first thing is, that's the fucking shit I'm talking about. Half-assed motherfuckers. You think this a game? You think this a fucking game? I was like a kid listening to this.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
The song didn't even start yet.
Yeah, he didn't let it breathe. What's my name? DMX, I'll be the best. One more time. What did you want? Man.
Yeah. The first one that really like hit me, because you know DMX songs like hit you in the gut.
Yeah.
The first one that hit me in the gut was "Get at Me, Dog."
Yeah.
Yeah, just where my dogs at? Right here, yo, because Sheik Luch was performing in the album in the background. Now must I show y'all shit is weird. And I ain't never give a fuck how niggas feel. Rob and I steal. Not cause I want to, cause I have to, and don't make me show you what the Mac do. He said, I was like, whoa.
Whoa. Stop it.
What is a Mac? Because this isn't mac and cheese.
What's even crazier is even in the video, he refused to have it censored. So, no, he refused to make an unedited version, so they just aired it as it is, and MTV just beeped everything out.
Yeah.
That's why he got limited airings.
Yeah.
Good times. DMX.
Great times, man.
Legend.
The fact that those albums will now hit 20 years old, like just, round of applause to both that and Jeezy, man.
Yes.
I put them kind of in the same family tree lineage.
Yeah.
Whereas DMX was kind of that bridge from New York rap to trap. Mm-hmm. And Jeezy, of course, was the
trap.
Yeah.
Dude.
So you had that, and then of course you had the Tupac estate that pissed off Tupac fans.
I was surprised it didn't piss you off.
Nah, because I really wasn't expecting much from it. Like,
I mean, they said they did announce that more music was coming.
Yeah, so they went to, well, they took to all social media, but I saw it on Instagram. It was a picture of Pac, and then it had the words 1998, Saturday, 11/24. And then the caption read, "Sign up to be the first to know, link in bio." So I saw it and I was like, let's see what it is. So I signed up for it. I forgot about it.
Yeah, you had no expectations or nothing.
But of course, all the comments were, "Oh my God, new music! I wonder if it's the Death Row releases and all this." And then the day came and the world was like,
no.
The estate was like,
yeah,
no.
And then everybody else was like,
what kind of shit is that?
And all they did was make you remember that it's the 20-year anniversary for the Greatest Hits album.
Who does that?
And they were dropping merchandise for the Greatest Hits album.
Yeah.
Hold up. No, rewind that. What?
Fam, when I saw that, I had to stop. I wasn't mad. Again, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember until I was like, oh shit, that was coming out. Let me see what they did. The outpour from all these fans.
Ooh, they were big mad, weren't they? Oh, they were mad.
Bruh, if Afeni and All Eyes on Me, the amount of
you motherfuckers.
I heard all of it. All through these comments and everything. Yeah, like the t-shirts, the dad hats. For vinyl, the CD again.
Just the cover, just for the greatest hits. Yeah. I know it went diamond. I understand, because that's probably where a lot of like these 90 kids listen to all of Pac's music. But they don't do that shit for Michael shit.
Nah, I was like, bro, you doing what? Because you gave us changes? I heard that verse on I Wonder If Heaven Got a Ghetto.
I mean, yeah, if you're a real Pac fan, you'll get that. But I can understand if you're doing an anniversary for changes. I could kind of understand, and like do like merchandise based off the lyrics and shit, or maybe a new video or changes 2.0. Yeah. I don't know.
But you doing one for that? I'm like, fam, these kids don't know Troublesome 96 like that.
Da 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 da.
Come on, man.
Like that's your boy. Well, that's your estate. Well, Michael Jackson's estate be fucking up too. Prince too. Well, not really.
I don't put much stock in the Tupac estate. Like,
I mean, they already released.
Tupac's my favorite artist all time, but he released so much music. It's like I don't. What's
I mean, he already released how many post? It was after Machiavelli. It was Still I Rise.
Yeah, I don't even count Machiavelli because he had full control over that.
Yeah, so Still I Rise. Are You Still Down? Better Days. Until the End of Time. Loyal to the Game.
Pac's Life.
That was the last one.
Yeah, so 6. And then of course, if you want to count the Tupac Resurrection. Which I don't really count.
I don't count. That was almost like an album full of album cuts.
Right.
That's why I thought that was a great
I guess we'll count it because Running, Dying, Live.
Yeah, I guess
we'll count it.
I guess that one.
7, and then if you want to Apparently, the State counts the greatest hits album as opposed to release, so he's got 8.
I mean, hey man, post death, shit.
Way to ruin the 7-day theory.
You feel me? But still, Feeny, even when she was alive, she kept saying, "Oh, there's no music coming. There's new music," and that was back in 2013. She announced that, and still don't get. I mean, I believe he did record a lot, but if what's his name? Who's his right hand producer?
Johnny J.
If Johnny J's gone too, there's no. I mean, just don't release it. I mean, if it's still there, just remaster it, I guess.
But that's the thing. I don't want them to do like they did with
Better Days.
Yeah,
make
like
fucking
they had Still Ballin'. Corrupt was on the OG version of Still Ballin'. They took him off for Trick Daddy,
which wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. Then you had the joint in the late night with Quick. They actually took that off the streaming. King streamed that song for whatever reason.
Guess Quick didn't sign off on it.
Whatever happened with that, but there was just a bunch of songs, and then of course, was it Ghetto? The one he
Ghetto
did with
Gospel?
That, no, not Ghetto Gospel, but Ghetto Star.
That's not on. That's not.
Well, no. It wasn't the version with Badass.
See,
the OG version.
This is why I always give praise to L.A. Reid when he made Michael Jackson's Escape. He put on one half, he put the revamped versions, and then on the second half of the album, it's all the original versions.
Right.
But I think what helped it was just the original. I think what keeps them from releasing the originals for Pac is the samples.
Right.
But man, that's just being lazy.
And Pac's Estate, you can clear those.
You can clear those. I mean, just make a phone call.
Nobody want to be known as the artist that blocked the Pac song from getting released.
You'd be surprised.
Like, not today's climate.
Yeah.
Back then, maybe, but not today.
I want to know who's controlling that shit.
Let it be known for that Hootie from the Blowfish was the one that blocked the sample.
You know who should take control of Pac's Estate? Rick Ross.
I don't want to hear that.
No. I mean, okay, not Rick Ross. Kendrick.
I don't want to hear that.
No. When I say take control of the estate,
I know what you're saying.
Not take control. Not do what Eminem did.
No, I get what you're saying. I want somebody that I would, if anybody, get Shock G to do it. Shock G was there.
Take control of the estate. Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's,
I'm saying, like, get certain people to find the right people to release the music properly.
for sure. But if I'm going to get somebody to be in charge of the estate, I want it to be Shock G. Somebody that was there from the jump.
Yeah.
And he never left. Like, if you look at his whole career, Shock G was there, even though he wasn't on the song.
See, that's why I always praise Michael's estate, even though they made sure that nobody fucked with his shit like that, except for them. But yeah, at least it's them doing it. Yeah. But no,
it's them getting imposters.
Well, that was Sony. That wasn't. Yeah, that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Anyway, more anniversary. We're gonna keep it West Coast. Doggy Style turned 25.
Yes.
That was Snoop's magnum opus.
The debut.
One of the best produced records that Dr. Dre ever did.
Top 10 album in hip hop.
Period. It's perfection.
Yeah.
There's very few hip hop. That's a West Coast album. That is literally, you can play that right now and it still blasts.
And the only reason why I put it top 10 is because off jump I didn't want to put it in the top 5 and then forget certain albums that I might have it higher.
Yeah.
Because in comparison to me, some days it's this, some days it's the Chronic. It just depends on the mood. Either way,
classic.
This was Death Row. If you didn't know, now you know.
Now you fucking know.
I got the version that's 19 tracks because I have the version that the skits are all individualized.
Like from your CD and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got my cousin had the deluxe edition and I burned it years ago.
Oh,
so I still got
smart.
it. Yeah. Bruh. The opening track wasn't even Snoop rapping. It was Lady of Rage.
Yes.
The G-Funk intro. And then remember, Warren G wasn't on the label at the time, but Warren's all over this album. Like he's predominantly speaking to him in the intro track. Ain't No Fun. I'm sure he was on some other background noise and then I'm listening to it and then remember the Domino interlude?
Yeah.
You remember what Daz said at one point?
What do you say?
Fuck them HIV having ass niggas.
Yeah, he's talking
I was
about...
like, dude, that didn't age well at all.
And 90s, man, they were rough. 90s, they were
because of course we knew what we was talking about. Even at that point, they were talking about Easy. And now
it's like, and Dr. Dre produced that whole shit.
Easy come easy.
Boom.
Yeah.
And who am I? What's my name?
Bro, but I mean,
Shiznit.
Like,
man.
again,
Lottie Dottie.
Yeah, it's supposed to be says the 25th anniversary.
Murder was a
I still
case.
learned some new things. And again, most people tell you he was shocked when we went to the concert.
You rapped not just from Snoop's album, man, but nigga, every word from every artist.
I love this damn album, man.
I know.
I love this album. But the Shiznit and then G's, what was it?
The Shiznit and G's
and Hustlers. He freestyled the first verses on each of those. So if you remember when Nas went into the booth and he pretty much freestyled New York State of Mind.
He did the
first verse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's if you listen to it, those ad-libs, like you could kind of tell, oh, he's really coming off the dome with that. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought, like, what's his name? Like, DJ Premier said, like, when the beat was going, he was like, hurry up, just start rapping. And Nas just starts rapping.
He went in there and he freestyled all that shit right there. But then imagine Snoop going on Doggy Style and freestyling too.
Yeah, Snoop's a good freestyler, man. He writes off the dome, too. He just don't talk about it. But
I mean, you got that. And this album really made me... Again, Pac's my favorite artist. Cube is kind of who when I was rapping, I wanted to mold my career around.
Yeah.
But it was Corrupt, that style. Mm-hmm. He was so lyrical, but he was so laid back. And then to realize he was an East Coast cat, but he was at home on the West Coast, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And he just brought two dynamics together and he made them flow so effortlessly.
There's a reason why M put him on his list until I collapsed.
Yeah.
Jada, Corrupt, Nas, and then me.
Bro, Corrupt from 92 to 2001. Nobody can tell me shit about that, man.
That dude was raw.
Like, just...
Still is raw.
Right. And then the fact that they had DLC, of course, who had his vocal issues, but they found the perfect way to utilize him, which is on Serial Killer.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he helped Snoop formulate and taught him how to structure the bars and everything. RBX was on this joint.
This is a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
And the fact that they had to rush to finish it. I remember Snoop telling the story that they had to rush to finish it. And they said there was like unopened Hennessy, Alizé bottles, and Snoop and Dre was just in there mixing and mastering just to get it in.
So it was the last 48 hours, and that's when they brought the skits in. Mm-hmm. Because the album wasn't done. He's like, shit, I got to find a way to channel all these songs. So then that's when they started doing the skits. The skits weren't initially a part of it.
I might go back and listen to this album when you leave, man. This album's fucking... Man, it's amazing.
Oh, I had fun blasting this on Friday.
This album is just amazing, man. Snoop...
Because like I said, with my deluxe version, it comes with the G's up, Hoes down.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, I think I got that on my version, too. Yeah. But great album, man. Yeah, for sure. Great album.
God, round of applause for Snoop.
Snoop Dogg,
you talk about the best week. Starts off with the Star. Mm-hmm. And then, my album turned 25 this on Friday.
Snoop, man, no matter what, man, in any alternate universe, Snoop is still that nigga.
Yes.
If shit didn't go right for certain people, Snoop was just... He's Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Man, great guy. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's alright.
Somebody said it best. They were like, he's a gangster, but he's a gangster that your mom wouldn't mind you hanging out with.
Dead ass, because he'll teach you some shit. Yeah. He will teach you some shit about life.
Right.
Come on, I'm like, when I saw that one show that's on... Did you ever watch that Coach Snoop shit?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, that was great. That was a great show. Yeah. I was like, damn, you had time to do this? That's why I kind of wonder, how do you have time to do this? But I see you on Instagram like 24/7.
Oh, he's just the man. It's just Uncle Snoop,
and man. Then still performing and still doing it. He got so much income coming in and shit.
Revenue streams everywhere.
Everywhere. His kids are set.
Like, he's got one revenue stream that takes care of his family. He's got another revenue stream that fully supports the Snoop Dogg Youth Football League.
If you have, you know, if you got 32K coming around here, do a verse for you.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Even do a video. Yeah. Some booty shaking jiggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was one thing I loved to finish off once for all with Snoop. There was one thing I loved, which was he was doing an interview. I forgot who he did the interview with, but he was so taken back that the interviewer was up on game. He knew his history about him.
Is it Nardwuar?
No, it wasn't Nardwuar. It was another white guy.
Oh, okay.
But he was so up on game with him, and he had to stop, and he's like, I just want to tell you something. Like, I just appreciate you because you took the time. Like, you were bringing up shit that I forgot about, and it took me back. And then he brought it to me. He goes, "Yeah, man, the Welcome to the Church mixtapes." And he goes, "Oh my God, the mixtapes." He goes, "You want to know how that shit started? That started because I was on tour with 50, and I was giving 50 some game, and 50 was giving me some game, and I'm like, yo, what do you do with this mixtape shit?" And he's like, "Snoop, I do these mixtape shits. I make 25, 50,000 off these bitches, and I go on tour from." And he goes, "What?" That's how Welcome to the Church started.
I remember those mixtapes. Yeah. I remember those. I was like, why are you doing mixtapes? Yeah. And then I was like, oh, that's why.
So there was that one, and then finally he had one where he was talking about pretty much the difference in him coming up as an artist versus today's climate of artists. He's like, back then, he goes, nowadays, cats is too cool. They don't want to hear the OGs. He's like, when I came out, I was running up to cats. I didn't care I was performing, deep cover. He goes, I saw EPMD, and I was like, I ran up to him. I was like, yo, I idolize you guys. You guys are my heroes.
He did that with B.B. King, too.
He did it with everybody. And then Eric Sermon saw it, and he goes, I never knew this about Snoop. Even though he ran up to him, and he goes, but I never knew he did this. He goes, that's why I got love for my nephew. Like, he's a student of the game. This is why and then that's what he broke down. This is why it sounds like we talk down on the youth. It's not because we don't approve of what y'all doing. It's just when we try to give y'all game, y'all act like we just idiots.
6ix9ine. So, other news, that's a heartbreak. Well,
that is.
Hey, a Subway.
Yeah.
I wanted to quiet laugh, but.
Oh,
okay. Well, it was another anniversary. It's been 10 years since Kanye West released 808s and Heartbreak.
Boom, boom, doom, 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 boom, boom.
Was that Say You Will? Oh, okay. I was like, what are you doing? Man, that was a time period.
That was a moment because when I first heard Love Lockdown, I didn't like it.
Oh, yeah, because he was coming right off graduation.
Right. But
his mom died, and he just broke up with his girl.
Yeah, we weren't getting good-ass job, which...
I thought that it was gonna be a what's it called?
Kind of like an experimental album.
Like it was just a side. Yeah. It was a side project he was gonna do.
Like a mixtape.
A mixtape. In a way, it kind of was. If in this climate, kind of was. Yeah. If
it just ended up becoming the project that changed what we know as modern rap now.
And no one was. This is gonna be my hot take. I always believed that the Love Below was kind of like the parent to 808s and Heartbreak.
Oh yeah.
Because that's when people saw how successful the Love Below was. Rappers was like, oh, I can experiment now, and that could work. So I think Kanye got inspired by that. And also, he got inspired by Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He said, if y'all don't know, he did an interview, and he said that he met Michael when he was trying to get clearance for Good Life. And Michael was like, oh, you got a good singing voice. He's like, oh, I do? Yeah, you should use that. And he was like, well, fuck, I'm going to do a singing album, man. 808s.
And what I liked about it was when he realized he couldn't obviously hit the notes.
Got that auto-tune.
Not only did he get it, but he brought T-Pain into the environment because T-Pain sat down and showed him how to do it.
And then still roasted him.
That was what was going on at that time, was everybody was using auto-tune, trying to be like T-Pain, but they didn't know how to use it, so that's why the songs sounded the way they did. T-Pain was there and showing him, no, you got to use this level.
I read this
plugin.
I read the article about how he first started doing autotune during the Glow in the Dark tour when he was singing T-Pain's part, and when he got it, he was like a kid in the candy store.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so I could do this.
Right.
And the first time I ever really heard him on autotune was the Lollipop remix with Lil Wayne, and when I heard how he was using that, I was like, oh, Kanye really having fun with that shit.
Yeah.
Then he did it on the Put On remix. No, he did it on Put On, and then he was doing with Go Hard. He was using the autotune. So he said, I'm going to do a whole album. Don't even call it a hip-hop album. This is called New Hot. That's what he called it.
Yeah, and it was just wild because it was basically an R&B pop album.
In a way, yeah. I still call it hip-hop in a way. To me, it was because I remember that time period when that whole album was leaking out track by track. And like, remember when Love Lockdown came out, like the live version was dope. But when you heard the actual version of the song, it was like, okay, that didn't sound right. And then I guess when he saw the outcry from people online, he read and redid the song and then did the hook again. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds a lot better. All right. And I remember shit was just leaking every week. Like, more songs were coming out. Like, the original version of Welcome to Heartbreak, I remember that one. That was, in my opinion, the best one. I don't like the album version of it. Version. But I have a version that I sometimes wish that combines the original version and the album version together, and it sounds just like just fire. And then you got Say You Will with that long ass instrumental. It was like that shit
was haunting as fuck.
It is haunting. It's like 3 hours long.
It's that literally sounds like when I listen to that, I can see snow falling around him. Just literally like.
Him just sitting there.
Just in the wintertime. Just just snow falling around him.
Yeah. And also this helped out Drake a lot because that's when he did Say What's Real, which I feel that's like the perfect companion to that song. Like, I sometimes wish someone made a version when it combines both versions, but whatever. And you got Heartless, of course.
Which, of course, was our introduction to Cudi.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I said Welcome to Heartbreak was the introduction. He was on If You Can't. That was the hook. And apparently that song, Welcome to Heartbreak, that was originally for Hove.
Well, no, I'm sorry.
You're thinking of If You Can't.
Yeah, well, Welcome to Heartbreak was our introduction to Kendrick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I
jumped too soon.
Yeah, you jumped way too soon. No, but I remember I read it, and he said Welcome to Heartbreak was originally for Hove for Blueprint 3, and Kanye when they were working on Heartless, he heard that sample, and Kanye's like, "Oh, this is mine now." No idea. He's like, "Come on, we gotta finish this man's album." Like, nope, I'm doing an album now. Nope. So they did that, and then we got Amazing, which is there was only 2 rappers on here, Young Jeezy. It was Jeezy and Weezy.
Which a lot of people don't know that Jeezy, in addition to being on Amazing, he co-wrote "Say You Will," and then he also co-wrote
"Say You Will." Mm-hmm. Wow, I did not know that.
And then he co-wrote, I believe it was either Paranoid or RoboCop.
Probably RoboCop.
Yeah, because T-Pain helped co-write RoboCop.
I believe it.
Yeah.
He did a video to RoboCop, and that's how he introduced Amber Rose.
Yep.
Yeah, but they spent like hella money, and Kanye saw the final product.
Ludacris was the one that introduced us to Amber Rose.
Oh, yeah, Shaking Moneymaker. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think she got more mainstream with Kanye, of course. But I remember when the video nearly came, the video did not come out. They spent like $2 million, $3 million on that video, and Kanye didn't like it, and it's in the vault.
Right.
I remember it kind of leaked out a little bit on Instagram, like a clip from it, and it looked pretty dope, but I can understand what Kanye's just weird. Yeah. Did you like the original version of RoboCop, or did you like the album version?
The original better.
Yeah, that's what. Even in the article I read, he said they said they listened to the original version a little bit. Kanye, even to this day, say he doesn't like the final product of RoboCop because he felt he could never get it right.
Yeah,
Streetlights is just vintage. Mm-hmm. That's vintage. If you want what 808s is, Streetlights.
Paranoid to me is either the parent or the older sibling of New Slaves. Go back and listen to it.
I know what you mean. I know exactly how you're thinking.
Yeah.
Bad News, that was a great record, of course. See You in My Nightmares with Weezy.
That was a fucking moment.
Baby girl, I'm finished. I thought I was committed. Baby,
because again,
went through.
What surprised me was I heard Love Lockdown. Of course, you see it live, and it's just this big spectacle. So you're like, wow. Yeah. But then you hear the song, you're like, it's not doing nothing.
Well, with the right headphones, it's amazing.
Right, but this is before everybody had just grab beats like that.
Yeah, beats weren't even invented yet. Right, but yeah.
So the whole time leading up to it, I'm skeptical because I'm like, how is he gonna pull this off? And I remember the first time listening to this project, and I'm like, how is he doing this? Wait. I haven't skipped anything yet.
You motherfucker.
And it was at that point where I was like, he might be the one. Now later I was proving that it was wrong.
No. Music-wise, he's still that nigga.
You know, he still has some runs in him.
He's still that nigga.
Because as much as I ain't like partaking in the 8-year anniversary for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
That was the album that came right after this.
Yeah, and to me that's just
perfection.
That's the quality.
This is perfection. And then you got Coldest Winter. I like the video.
Goodbye, my friend.
That's a sad. But I like the what's it called? The video version of that one. Mm-hmm. He knows that when he released all those videos, he updated those versions.
Yep.
And then Pinocchio Story, which was you could thank Beyonce for that because she's I guess he performed it and Beyonce told him you need to put that on the album.
Yep.
And that was great. I have like 2 other versions. I have the Love Lockdown remix with R. Kelly, which was actually really really good.
Makes you wonder who he was locking down.
Shit.
Yeah.
And then there was then recently when Kanye started his SoundCloud page, he released another version of Say You Will. And you remember when he performed the whole album in its entirety? He released another version that was featuring Coraline Saul, the vocalist. Yeah, I re-listened to that shit the other day, nigga. It was like, oh, this is amazing. That whole album, that birthed a lot of sounds, if you really want to get nitty-gritty with it.
Again, it's the album that shaped what we know as hip-hop now.
That birthed Drake. That birthed Drake's sound. No matter what anyone that wanted to say, that birthed him. This album birthed So Far Gone. Mm-hmm. 40 even said 808s was an inspiration for it.
It took trap music into a different realm.
Yeah, birthed Future in a way.
Right. Because now you could add, because again, the 808 wasn't celebrated the way it is now. Mm-hmm. So that was a big step for him. And again, the fact that you had Jeezy and then you had Wayne, 2 artists from the South that were familiar with it, adding cosigns to that.
Yeah.
That added weight.
Oh, it added hella big weight.
And again, I remember everybody was waiting for this to fail. and nobody had the opportunity to say it failed.
No, it didn't, because it birthed a lot of music. It birthed a lot of sounds. Like, I saw this picture of people. It was like a hot take from like Psycho, and it showed what 808s, who it birthed, and everyone got mad. But when you look at it, I was like, nah, this birthed this. Mm-hmm. It was him. It was like 3 people I saw. It was Drake, Future, and I want to say it was Cudi.
Of course, it was Cudi.
Well, Cudi, it was Cudi's sound. Cudi was the inspiration for it. But man, that was such a great album. 808s and Heartbreak, man. People still talk. That's why when I want to go back and rank Kanye's albums, I can't do it because all of them sound so good equally. Well, up to Life of Pablo, and after that, you're on your own. But hey, I ain't defending Ye. I'm not defending it no more. No, it's it's alright.
Yeah,
but this is just
It's a beautiful It's a
beautiful match. It's a beautiful tragic match. It's a beautiful tragic.
It's pre My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
This was pre My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
That's like this was morning.
Yeah.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was.
I'm gonna remind y'all who the fuck I am.
Well, but I kind of look at it like this is like the morning stage. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is I haven't slept for 3 days.
It was denial. What's the thing of grief? It was denial, anger, grief, depression, then acceptance.
Acceptance is the final one. I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up too. We live, people. That's what we say when we want to look up some shit.
So you have denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then acceptance.
So I guess 808s was what?
808s to me was denial and anger.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy
was bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Because I don't really see Yeezus as the acceptance. Yeezus, he was just an asshole.
Yeah, it was just like, you see My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, he just get like, that's like a beautiful woman, shoots her in the fucking face. That's Yeezus.
Great way to put it.
Like a beautiful painting, and he just.
And the reason why I say it's acceptance as well is because I can't believe. Here I am saying, no, I don't want to give a fuck about My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I know Martin hates that damn record.
No, I'm saying 8 years, but here I am breaking it down. Yeah, but. I would say it's acceptance because when you listen to Lost in the World, that's a beautiful outro. I can't name much more perfect outros than that outro.
It's perfection.
Like it's literally him accepting the beauty and the evil of the worlds, and they need each other side by side, and you got to move forward.
And it's still crazy to think that Kanye really he likes the album, but he feels Yeezus and 808s was better than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Yeah. It's his work. It's his work.
That's why I say it's when you up for like 3 nights.
Yeah, I think he probably knew because he calls that his apology album.
Yeah,
and because he knew what he could do when he really puts his full potential. This is what I can do.
Well, I mean, what was it? Was that the first one where they started going away from their environment?
That's when they went to Hawaii. They went to Hawaii.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But just 808 is when
they went to Hawaii. Yeah,
so 808 is when they started leaving the environment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 808 is also when they went to Hawaii. That's when they called it Rap Camp. It was like whatever. Every year y'all should go to Complex and read Noah's article when he was there. Noah. That whole article was just fire. But Kanye West, man, just up till Life of Pablo for me, perfection. Yeah. Perfection, all the way up to Ed and Kitsy Ghost, but yeah.
I'm gonna get a book. And shout out to a friend of the podcast, Keith. He put me on this book of all the big time anniversaries, memorable albums that have come out. So that way, is when we get right into next year, because and that's the sad thing about it is. Thinking about all these albums from the past, you knew you were getting 1 to 4 classics a month.
Yeah.
Like, if you really think about that, you knew at the end of the month, you were like, okay, I at least have 1 or 2 classics.
Yeah.
Now, you're lucky if you're like listening to something, you're like, okay, this is possible. There's going to be a buzz.
Yeah.
At least 4 months later.
I think this year, we only got, from future classics, I can only see... maybe 3, maybe 4 classics dropped this year.
I know at least, worst case scenario, we got 1 West Coast classic.
Oh, yeah.
Which was Victory Lap. Yeah. Because, the West Coast, you ask a lot of West Coast cats, Victory Lap is the West Coast 444 to them.
Yeah, it really is.
So, I know from that standpoint, West Coast alone.
Yeah, there's always at least one. And I feel Cardi got a classic with Invasion of Privacy.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
And
I'm not gonna be mad at that.
Daytona.
I'm not gonna be mad at that either.
Just those three. And then, depending on who you ask, maybe Everything Is Love, depending on who you ask.
Possibly.
And Kids See Ghosts, so that's like 4. That's like 4 potential classics.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Drake. Another year. No album of the year. Got them blacks though, but damn. Anyway.
Them billboards,
you got that. Anyway, some music dropped. Your boys dropped.
Dipset. Well, actually, the Diplomats.
Oh.
Because, Dipset was the whole entire gang.
Yeah.
But the Diplomats, I thought was the only ones that was going to drop.
But
then, come to find out, it was indeed a Diplomats versus Dipset beef.
It's like some NWO.
Yeah.
It's like NWO Hollywood versus NWO Wolfpack.
No, that's exactly what happened. So, of course, the originals, Diplomats, which is Cameron, Jim Jones, Jewels, and Freaky. Mm-hmm. They went and they released Diplomatic Ties. Yeah. And once again, shout out to Chang, because Chang took care of all their album art.
Shout out to Chang.
Empire, boy. And then he's getting another one, because come to find out, Iggy Azalea didn't go to Island. She went to Empire.
Yeah, that's a good look for her. So that's why she can get all her fucking masters and shit.
So Chang about to...
He about to eat.
Man.
Shout out to Chang.
Exactly. So they went and dropped Diplomatic Ties. It was 9 tracks. First half, I was like, all right, it's cool. Mm-hmm. After a while, it was just...
Got redundant?
I won't say it got redundant. I could just hear Joel's tongue touch his gums. And I was like, nah.
I told you, man.
But the closeout was good because they had Uncasa. Mm-hmm. Of course, long-time Dip affiliate. So I was okay with it. The joint with the locks, that was a fucking joint. That collaboration was a good one. But then I'm scrolling through the timeline, and I see, wait, the Dipset dropped? And I'm like, hold on, wait, what? So then, of course, you got Hellrail, J.R. Ryder, 40 Cal, who, of course, were branded as the next wave.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, they had a joint without them, which was The Best Out, and that did monster in the streets. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they came and they dropped the Upstage. So they knew what they were doing.
They called it the Upstage. Yeah. And they did it secret. They did it out of nowhere, too. Same date, too.
And the way that the Diplomats had used Uncasa, and then how they used, forget old boy's name. Let me look it up real quick. Because there was another feature that they had. Old familiar face.
You were telling me about that. The way they used old boys the same way that Diplomatics used them.
Yeah, so Trav. Because Trav was around when Jim Jones formed Bird Gang.
Yeah.
So Trav was around there. So the same way they used them, this is how Dipset ended up using A Mafia. A Mafia was kind of their Uncasa or whatever. Yeah. And I gotta admit, Upstage kind of hits a little harder than Diplomatic Ties. I wasn't expecting that.
It's still Dipset.
Oh, it's all Dipset.
No, I just like how Cameron said it. Is it Cameron? Who says that? Who says it? Like Cameron or Jim Jones?
Dipset.
No, but he says it all Dipset.
That's Jim.
Okay. That's how I figured.
Yeah, so even in the Dipset album, on one of the tracks, they played some interview where they're asking the Diplomats, okay, so is everybody from Dipset gonna be on? No, JR, Hell, Rel, and all them, and then it just fades out, and then they start rapping.
And how are they rapping?
Like them niggas was like it was 2006 all over again.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
Sorry, people, I'm eating.
No, it was a motherfucking good time for the cats who grew up on the Dips.
I mean, if you
got a surprise album.
I mean, if you grew up on the Diplomatics and Dipset, I mean, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I took it for what it was.
Hey, I told you, I didn't really grow up a fan. I really don't care about Dipset like that. Cameron, he's cool. Everyone else, it's whatever. It is what it is.
Again, I took it for what it was. And I was cool with it.
Well, another album dropped yesterday. Well, yeah, midnight. Well, it dropped today when we recorded, and then usually on Black Friday, it was perfect. I was full. I just need some good music to listen to. Damn near nobody dropped besides Dipset. I mean, everything was open. So at that point, I was thinking, J.I.D would have been perfect right here, because just for my entertainment on Twitter, the hot takes, if the album was good or not, just for my own amusement.
Right.
But, you know, it was just a boring ass. It was like, whatever. And then I was like, well, J.I.D. dropping Monday, so let's see how he goes. And J.I.D., DiCaprio 2. DiCaprio 2. This is like his sequel of his first mixtape. Mm-hmm. So, what I knew was called DiCaprio 2. I like Leonardo DiCaprio. So when I saw that shit, I'm going like, oh, this is what we doing. Leonardo DiCaprio's the GOAT. One of the greatest actors of all time. So this is about to be a great ass album. Man, I said someone was going to fuck up my list. Someone was going to fuck it up. Some asshole was going to fuck it up. And that asshole was J.I.D. DiCaprio 2, if you call this album of the year, I wouldn't even disagree with you. I wouldn't even fight with you. If you call it your top 5, I'm not going to fight with you. This is an amazing album. To me, at this very moment, this is an amazing album.
The way he was spitting was great. I definitely need more time with it.
Yeah.
Because I listened to this 5 hours before we started.
Yeah, about recording. 5 hours. Yes, same
so
here.
I'm like, I need some more time with it. But the way he was just spitting. And then, as far as I'm concerned, we just did the candidates for features of the year last week. J. Cole, if there was any doubt, he pretty much kind of wrapped that up with his feature on.
Oh my God!
On what was it? OZs?
Offs.
Just
nigga, boy. I mean, the way he was rapping, it just got. You got the intro, and I was like, all right, whatever. But then when you got the Slick Talk, you get the Westbrook, you get the Off These, 151 Rum.
I mean, Slick Talk was a mindfuck because you think it's kind of like the rapper's rapper version of Sicko Mode.
Yeah.
If you really break it down, like you think he's about to get to it, and all of a sudden the shit just stops, and I was like, "Wait, did something skip?"
He just keeps rapping, and it's just like, and he's on the caliber of Kendrick. I was kind of disappointed. I'm like, Kendrick need to be on this just to remind you who the fuck he is.
It's like I believe I said some episodes ago, where it was just the buzz around him was reminding me of the same buzz around Section 80.
Yeah.
Where it was like, he's coming, and there's nothing you can do to stop him from his arrival.
Mm-hmm. The way this was produced, I think, I want to look into it. I was feeling like, what's his name? Mixed by Ali must have like mixed this or something.
He had to have something.
He had to have said the way it was sounding, everything off the Zankies was dope. Fucking Working Out with Fire. Tired with Black and Ellie Mae. Oh my God, that's amazing. The one was
the Method Man joint with him and
Joey Badass.
Yeah.
The Strawberries with BJ the Chicago Kid, Mountain Up. Oh my God! I'm still going through all the tracks, and it's like there was I
haven't had time to absorb all of this, but just from what I've heard, I'm like, fam, how is this not one of the best projects I've heard this year?
My God! And it was like, you fucked up my top 10, you motherfucker. And we want to cut off at Black Friday, but me and JC agreed that like, there's an album that comes out that, is like fucking crazy. We're going to talk about it and probably put it on our list.
November 30th is the last day, and it just so happens that Meek's dropping, so we'll see what he got.
No, it's not touching this. It's not touching. I like Meek. It ain't touching this. No, I like Meek. I really do like Meek. I do, but... Bruh. Boy, you motherfucker. I knew it. I knew some asshole was going to do it. I knew it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're probably, I mean, you'll tell us in the group chat later, or you'll hit me up about it when you're going home or when you're working or whatever. You're going to be like, nigga! What is this?
Or maybe it'll just, as great as it is, maybe it'll just be outside my top 10 only because some of the albums are now hit to heart.
Yeah, because you attach to it.
Right.
I feel I'm going to be attached to this. I feel like I don't want to say I have the ear. I knew what I heard.
Right.
I know what the fuck I heard.
But because I only got a few more songs to go through, or albums I should say, to go through for my 50. But my 10's pretty much done.
My 10's done too.
So I have all week until Meek drops to just sit with this album.
And you just let me know if it cracks your 10.
Yeah, I mean, this is possible. I'm actually not going to even try to rank it until at the end of next weekend. But
because right now I'm just looking at the 10, I can give a fuck about everything else. I already got everything. If you're 11 and below, good luck. 11 and below, good luck. But my top 10 right now, it is set. My version of the top 10. I told Yo about my top 5, and he was just like, "That's your top 5? Really? Oh, that's interesting." Yeah, that's a tease for you bitch ass niggas. Man, let's wrap it up because man, this is a late start because we were trying to do our fucking playlist, and we like when we do our playlist, people, we like taking our time making shit transition into shit because we don't want y'all being devil worshippers and playing fucking shuffle.
Even though y'all go and do the shit anyways.
You bitch ass motherfuckers.
But keeping it on Meek, he announced that he's going to be doing the Motivation Tour, which starts February 19th.
He'll be
As of now, he's got 16 dates. He is coming out here to the Bay.
Good for him.
So
that's good.
If the album's the way I expect it to be, I'm gonna.
I mean, he did release 2 tracks, and
Yeah,
I personally did not listen to it.
Same.
Because I want to hear it in the context of the album.
Same. But I heard they were both good.
Yeah, they were both good. I mean, there was a track with Fabulous on there, and I guess it's really just like cha-cha.
It's like house party.
House party music and shit.
No.
Oh.
Like, remember the song he had when he first was coming out with Young
yeah,
Chris?
yeah.
Said it was like that vibe.
Yeah, I personally did not listen because I want to listen to it accomplished.
Exactly.
I'm excited about the intro. How is the intro going to be? Because it was Dreams and Nightmares, and then there was Lord Knows. The Dream Chasers 3 intro was blah.
No.
Was that Lord Knows?
No.
What was the
Dream Chasers 3? The one with Birdman talking shit, and then Travis Scott?
You're right on that. That was fire.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking Dream Chasers 4. Is it 4?
No, that was Dream Chasers. Let's pull it up.
Yeah,
now.
we gotta go through Mick's intros.
This is why I don't leave my library all the way to streaming. I gotta import shit for this exact moment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dream Chasers 3, the I'm Leaning, which had Birdman and Diddy.
Yes.
And DJ Drama talking shit.
Okay, I'm thinking Dream Chasers 4 then. What was Dream Chasers 4? That's when the shit kind of
on the regular, which sounded regular.
Yeah, it was
not bad.
It wasn't bad.
It's an intro that works for anybody.
Yeah.
In my opinion, though, Dream Chasers 2 is his best one out the series.
Oh, the one with the Mike Tyson intro? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was fire.
The whole mixtape.
Oh, Dream Chasers 2 is fire.
Yeah.
That's on Tidal actually right now. Actually, they actually released it.
I love they're putting these mixtapes on streams.
I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time before they buy Dat Piff and before somebody buys Dat Piff.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Cats was pissed off with Kush and OJ because 2 of the tracks were
samples,
were just rap overs.
Yeah,
they had to clear it. So they changed the beat, and I was like, "Is Mesmerized up there? Well, shut the fuck up then." Is Glass House still intact? Shut the hell up.
Just shut up. Shut up. But yeah. So but Meek, and then there was Lord Knows was on. The one with money, the one with Rico.
Dreams worth more than money.
Yeah, Dream. That's up there with Dream. That's up, man.
It is.
That's one of them fire ones. And what was the other one? And then it was Wins and Losses. Mm-hmm. That intro was decent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just hope he doesn't use because he had a kryptonite. He'll use all his energy on the fucking intro, and the whole album was just like blah. Yeah. So he needs to just kind of know how to, put as much into the intro and then save all the other fire for the.
But again, he didn't have a lot to talk about in terms of. He's always been a higher caliber in terms of his content. Yeah. But in terms of diversifying, he hasn't had as much to talk about as he does now.
Oh yeah, he wrote like a I don't know if you saw, but he wrote a fucking article in the New York Times about prison reform. Yeah. I'm like, oh, go ahead, Meek. Yeah. He's rebranding himself.
He's taking full advantage.
He's taking he's 6ix9ine, and he was like, no, like nah.
You go the 6ix9ine route, or you go the 100 route.
You feel me?
Keep it 100.
Keep it 100, bro. And you know that record with Drake's gonna be on there. You know there has to be a record with Drake on this.
I'm expecting it to be dope too.
Mm-hmm. We hope so too, because Rico. I mean, they're kind of undefeated. There was fucking
Amen,
and then Rico. Unfortunately, the whole beef happened because of that.
Even though I always felt Cameron should have been on Rico. They could have did the double entendre.
Sounds like yeah.
Because it wasn't just the Rico case, but of course Rico from Paid in Full. They could have did a double entendre.
Did that. And now I guess with this one's coming up, and you know what's gonna happen,
right?
But I still hate that fucking cover.
Yeah, that cover's getting.
I hate that fucking cover.
Somebody please make a cover and we'll put it up on the official Twitter account. We'll give you your shout out and all that jazz.
No, not that. But yeah, this shit going on. I guess Blac Chyna selling skin bleach, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Instagram is cracking down on you fucking spam motherfuckers. I'm tired of you spam motherfuckers with hair. It's following me.
Hair.
With them extension weaves. They're cracking down on that shit. And if you getting out fake likes and shit, your likes are gonna go the fuck down to 1.
Yep. to 1.
To 1.
Donald Glover and Rihanna. So remember, I guess they took some pictures a while back.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I knew it was something. I had to have been something.
Right. The trailer dropped.
Well, it didn't. It wasn't even filmed.
Gambino was performing at a festival, and during his set, he released it out.
He released the trailer.
But,
yeah.
He released the trailer, but there's no. We didn't get to see a title of it, so there's a rumor of what the title is. Basically, it's taken around, I guess, Carnival. And it looked good.
I think it has to do something with his album.
Possibly.
I have a feeling it has something to do with his album.
It's possible.
You know. We already talked about Iggy. Tiffany Haddish has a fucking... Oh, no. Monica is finally out her deal.
Yeah.
Who was she signed to?
So she was signed to Rough House, which was absorbed by RCA, which was, of course, she was part of the Jive, and all that got absorbed in. Like, that just opened my eyes. It's like, 90s produced some of the most greatest music, but had some of the worst contracts
TLC
you've ever heard and seen in
Brandy.
our lifetime. I mean, even if you want to break down the Death Row contract, you know the Death Row contract before Pac got there. You know what it was, right?
On toilet paper, right?
Well, no, it's not even that. You know what their contracts were? They couldn't work with anybody outside of Death Row.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember reading about that. That was wild.
Yeah,
that was wild. But yeah, Tiffany Haddish, she's about to have some new seasoning.
Well, she did and that was one thing too, was she caught flack for that, and I'm like, yo, First you complained that I don't even think it was necessarily about Tiffany. It was like, first you complained that white people don't got seasoning for you to use, and then when they get somebody to use it, you're like, oh, that's racist.
It's not the one they want.
Yeah, and I'm like, fam, you need to make up your mind.
She's getting the bag, man. Tiffany Haddish has had a great year, so shout out to her.
The video of the Prince impersonator.
Yeah, you sent that shit to me. That was. I know. I saw it on Instagram. That shit was funny as hell.
I showed my mom. My mom wound that back so many
It was
times.
like Prince. It was like you said. Prince's ghost just came down and went no.
That nigga said no. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And he kept saying, "Oh!"
And the funny part, he got his glasses. His glasses.
You know,
help him out.
It was like I remember that thing you said. It's like Prince just floated down, looked at him with his glasses, put it down, pushed him, and floated right the fuck back up.
I like to picture him doing that with Louis on the cloud next to him, and he just goes right back up. Just come now, Louis. Let's return.
Let's go. Oh, let's go play with Michael. Let's go bug Michael. Oh, Michael.
Nah, if you haven't seen the video for that
was hilarious.
That was funny as hell.
And Dream, I guess he's dropping a sex tape.
Sounds funny. Be celebrating a man dropping a sex tape. He is dropping the sex tape trilogy.
It is an album, people, not an actual sex tape.
All 3 volumes on December 21st. And I actually like that because basically the industry shut down at that point. Up until, a few weeks into January. So I have 3 to 4 weeks to sit with 3 different volumes. Yeah. I'm cool with that. I've been waiting for the Dream to pop off.
Yeah. I mean, Dream kind of been quiet. I mean, what was the last project he dropped? 1977?
It was Crown, which was 2016. But some of the shit was like it was unreleased. So like some of it was like how do you describe it? Some shit got leaked. Some shit was re-released, and all that.
He was doing like he was writing he wrote Beyonce's album. He was doing some features here and there. You know, he stayed busy.
Well, so I did T-Pain 2 weeks ago because I took the week off from the throwbacks.
Oh, so you're gonna do a Dream one, huh?
A Dream is coming. I'm holding on to that mug.
So who's next? Oh, you don't even know.
I usually never know until the Tuesday. So tomorrow I'll have an idea.
I don't know. Well, Meek's dropping.
Like I feel like if anything, I feel like I'm about to go. I feel like I'm gonna go oldies again.
No, it's all.
Like I missed it last week, but even then I was thinking like last minute we put.
Well, since it's the holidays, you should do like a fucking.
I don't like doing those.
Even with the Motown people?
I don't like I hate doing Christmas and Thanksgiving themed shit.
Well, Donny Hathaway, man. This Christmas, that's fucking raw.
I'm gonna do some Donny Hathaway.
That Donny Hathaway, come on. This Christmas is like the only song you can't add it. And all I want for Christmas was Mariah Carey. The gangster version.
No.
The one with Lil Bow Wow. Remember that one?
I don't care about any of them.
Like, you don't like All I Want for Christmas Is You from Mariah Carey? Damn. You fucking... Ugh.
It's just it creeps in your soul. And
I just like saying that shit. And
then final notes. The Blues album.
Blues.
Yeah, so remember how Snoop did the gospel of...
He about to do a blues album now?
No, he didn't. He did. He dropped it. I didn't put that on there because I knew you weren't going to listen to it.
No, I didn't even know.
I told you about it.
I didn't know he was going to drop it.
I said he's going to drop it later this year.
But no, I didn't know what day exactly. Oh. I didn't even know.
Yeah, it dropped.
How is it?
You gotta listen to it just to hear.
I mean, I kind of listened to that gospel album, and it wasn't even that bad.
Right.
So he already did. He does rap. He did reggae. He did gospel.
You just gotta listen to it. And
now he does blues. Country's next.
You just gotta listen to it and appreciate it.
Hey.
Because he's not rapping. He doesn't rap at all.
Is he just talking shit?
I want to say he's vocalized.
Okay. I mean,
and I wanted to laugh at it so much, be like, this is horrible. But then he would reach a certain point, and I'm like, how'd he pull that off? I'm not going to go as far and say he pulled an 808s and Heartbreak. I'm definitely not going to go that far. But what I'm going to say is, I shouldn't have enjoyed it the way I enjoyed it.
Which one you enjoy more? The Snoop Lion or the fucking gospel album or this?
Probably the gospel album.
Snoop Lion was just like, okay, Snoop, I love you, but you changed that shit back to Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Lion, I was just like,
nigga,
you had a midlife crisis right now.
He did. He did a whole documentary on that shit too, man. He really was.
I remember they showed Dre. Dre was just like, okay. Well, let me know when you want to work on Detox again.
That's what he said?
No, I'm just saying.
I can.
Dre was probably just like, all right. I'm going to go work out some more.
Yeah, I'm going to get buff.
I'm going to go get buff, and I'm going to ignore M's demands for me to make music so I can make some more beats.
For him.
But
and then use them as an excuse.
No, I'm saying like the Beats headphones.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna ignore M's. I'm going to ignure M's calls.
When you feel like you want to add some more music to the vault that the public would never hear.
Only me. Only me.
I feel like that's how that went.
That was that like Snoop's not Snoop Dre's last fully like before for another artist? Was that like his last? That was the dog. It was Doggy Style. That was
that he entirely produced.
It was just Doggy Style before or later on. Just Doggy Style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I really fully feel Relapse production wise. That was his best produced. Next to Doggy Style, that's his best produced record for another artist.
Yeah,
entirely.
Excuse me, because Keep Their Heads Ringing and California Love were supposed to be
for his shit.
The Chronic 2.
Mm-hmm. And Suge Knight was like,
well, I should say the Chronic 2000.
Yeah, until Suge just said, nope, that's I'm gonna call it Chronic 2000. So he's like, all right, fuck you, 2001.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Yep.
What's history now is this fucking episode. We tired as fuck.
Yeah.
So if you want to follow us, hit me on Twitter, Mr. Busby 4 lowercase 08. Hit me on Instagram at Mr. Busby, and you can follow the podcast at TIllogicalSP.
And of course, all over all my social media, JC No Headaches. Of course, Martine, hit him on wherever he be.
Venom.
Venom is Beats Be Killing Them. And
we got a playlist coming too.
Yeah, the playlist. What's the name of it again?
Home for the Holidays. That sums up this.
Yeah. So as soon as you get done listening to this, just go click the link and
listen.
Have a good old time.
Have a good old time with the family.
We got one more numerical episode, and then we got the Illies, and we are done for 2018.
We got three more. There's literally like almost like 4 weeks left of the year. Almost. Yeah. 3 weeks left to Christmas.
It couldn't have come at a better time because I'm so zoned out.
I'm zoned out. I'm starting to zone out now. Like everyone, I think this week, like I think next week that's when we're gonna start seeing those end of the year lists start coming out.
Right.
I think after Meek, that's when everyone's gonna shut down and like, okay, let's start our list.
I feel like next year we should jump on the hype that Time set for everybody.
Time was like right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Time was like, we got shit to do. We got Black Friday shopping. Everybody got time.
We got to pick our person of the year.
Yeah.
We got other shit to worry about. So we're gonna drop in the middle of June.
Yeah.
In the middle of June, that's our album of the year. But I don't give a fuck. Album of the year, Cardi B again. Cardi really got that number one. That's why I'm really. I already know our list, maybe, but I'm curious.
Ours is gonna be so all over the place because you and I just have
different taste.
Not different taste. It's just because last year we were pretty.
We already knew who was number 1 and 2.
Well,
and
no,
three.
it's not even that. Beyond the top 10, we were still in tune. Like we would only have albums that were, No, they're not even at, but they were like only a few apart. From I would have some at 12. You would have that same album at like 15.
Yeah.
We weren't far apart. I've been looking at our list comparison this year. You got some shit in your top 10, and I'm like, fam, man, it's barely cracking my top 50.
I know. Everyone's just... I'm doing from what I enjoy.
Right.
That's what I enjoyed the most. Yeah. And it's...
But honestly, it's to the point now where, because, of course, we'll reveal our individual ones after we individual the group one. Yeah. Just to show how we got there. Yeah. And I'm at a point now where I'm like, okay, you can pick 2 that could go here. I'll pick 2 that go here. Whatever happens. Happens, man. Yeah. As long as we have an agreement on who number 1 is, then we could just go with it, man. Whatever. It's whatever at this point. But it's coming.
It's coming. I'm still curious about what everyone else's list is.
We ain't doing no nominees because if you've been paying attention, then you know everybody that made the first teams, those are who's being nominated for those individual categories. So it was first team hip hop. That's who is... that's how that goes.
And that goes, man. At the end of the year, man, I felt someone was going to be an asshole, and it was J.I.D. You fucking asshole. Mm-hmm. Had to be him.
One more note. I let Anderson .Paak sit another week. It got a little bit better. It got a little bit better, where it's now I'm like looking at it and I'm like, possibly top 30, maybe even top 25. Like,
man, I hate hearing you saying that. It should not be there.
Right.
It should not be there.
Yeah.
It needs to be 10.
Yeah. I agree.
Just the way you said that.
Because
the way you just said that.
Because when I said it, it's still the same stance. Whereas as soon as you get to Smile/Petty, it's flawless from there.
Yeah.
It's just everything leading up to it. A few tracks got a little bit. I was like, okay, I could see what you were trying to do, and because I could see what you were trying to do, I could bump you up at least a point. But it's not gonna do that much, man. It pains me to say that.
Yeah. So on that note. Fuck Jed York. Nah, that's it. I don't know what else to say. There's no more to it. See y'all next week.
Hopefully we're playing in wherever 6ix9ine's being held.
Hopefully. I hope they let you play. I hope they let you listen to podcasts and you just randomly just find the illogical sense. And you probably see the title. I don't know what the title is, but when you see it, you're gonna know it's about you.
Yeah.
Stupid.